I have a city in the desert. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 476. The Earth is not your home. Dr. Fang Hua watched his team members die one by one in front of him, and he was powerless. The feeling of helplessness attacked him all the time, making him feel anxious. Hurry up, don't let it go. The steel-toothed beast came to the martial arts field, which was the best place to ambush it. Because although this place is also a cultural relic area, its value is much lower than that of the palace. However, this place is empty and there is no place to hide, and the risk factor has increased by dozens of times. I'll lure him. Lao Lang, you go get the rocket launcher, Fatty Wang said, and was about to lure away the desert steel beast, but Jiang Chen rejected Fatty Wang's application. Get the grenades ready. This thing can only be killed by throwing it into his mouth by hand. I'll attract it, and you guys act according to the situation, Jiang Chen said, and ran towards the steel-toothed beast in the distance with a submachine gun and several grenades. When Jiang Chen came not far from the steel-toothed beast, he shot a few shots at the steel ruler that wanted to drill into the ground. The steel-toothed beast, which had eaten its fill, obviously didn't want to pay attention to Jiang Chen anymore. But Jiang Chen provoked it so much, how could it let Jiang Chen go? So the steel-toothed beast moved its huge body and rushed towards Jiang Chen. Although the steel-toothed beast lost a leg, its speed was still very fast. When Jiang Chen saw the steel-toothed beast coming, he turned around and ran, and the steel-toothed beast chased after him. The steel-toothed beast didn't chase far before Brother Wolf pulled out the rocket launcher. After a loud bang, the shock wave of the rocket launcher directly knocked the steel-toothed beast to the square. After the steel-toothed beast was blown over, its white belly was exposed. Looking at the white belly of the steel-toothed beast, several experienced special forces pulled up grenades and threw them directly. Boom boom boom. After a few loud noises, the steel-toothed beast let out a low roar. Although the grenade did not blow through its belly, the power of the grenade still made the steel-toothed beast struggle in pain. Jiang Chen saw the steel-toothed beast fell into a depression. Its three legs were facing the sky, and it was struggling constantly, but because it had no leverage, it could not climb out for a while. At the critical moment, Jiang Chen knew that the chance of getting this guy to open his mouth and throw a grenade into his mouth was really small. But at this moment, if we could take the opportunity to dig open its belly and throw a grenade into its belly, wouldn't it be possible to blow it to death? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen shouted to Sun Mi, "Sun Mi, throw me the dagger." Sun Mi was a very bold person, so when Professor Fang Hua hid behind the garden, she held the dagger in her hand and kept an eye on the situation on the battlefield. After Jiang Chen shouted, Sun Mi rushed over in a hurry and threw the dagger in her hand towards Jiang Chen. Seeing this, Fatty Wang also quickly pulled out his dagger and rushed towards the steel-toothed beast. After Fatty Wang and Jiang Chen rushed to the side of the blown-up desert steel-toothed beast, the desert giant-toothed beast resisted violently. Seeing that the desert stone beast was about to turn over, Jiang Chen stabbed it in the stomach. Puff. Although the desert sawtooth beast's body was hard, Jiang Chen's dagger instantly poked a hole under its belly. Fatty Wang rushed over and stabbed it with his dagger. Then he slashed hard, and a long cut appeared on the belly of the desert steel-tooth beast. Hurry up and throw the bomb. Jiang Chen had just finished shouting, and the steel-tooth beast, which was in unbearable pain, swept its tail over and threw Jiang Chen and Fatty Wang away. With a bang, Fatty Wang and Jiang Chen hit a wall heavily. The wall had been damaged for a long time due to the invasion of time. Jiang Chen and his dagger directly knocked the wall down. It hurts, Fatty Wang shouted, and Jiang Chen had already climbed out of the wall. The steel stone beast in the distance, tightly huddled up, had already turned over from the pit. The steel-tooth beast roared and rushed towards the wall as soon as it turned over. Seeing the steel-toothed beast running over, Jiang Chen was not vague. He took out his grenade and threw it at the steel-toothed beast. Boom boom. The grenade exploded in front of the steel-toothed beast. Because the stomach of the desert steel-toothed beast was cut by Jiang Chen, a bunch of intestines fell out of its stomach as it ran. When Jiang Chen's grenade exploded, it also blew up those thin intestines. When the intestines were broken, the steel-toothed beast screamed in pain. The steel-toothed beast on this side tried to bite Jiang Chen despite the severe pain, while several special forces of the Sahara Legion held their submachine guns and fired at the belly of the desert saw-toothed beast again. The sound of gunfire continued, and soon the belly that had just ended in the desert saw-toothed beast was cracking bigger and bigger. Many intestines in the stomach of the steel-toothed beast were all smashed to pieces, and the desert steel-toothed beast screamed even more miserably in pain. When the desert steel-toothed beast ran to Jiang Chen, it had already dragged more than 10 meters of internal organs behind it. Don't live in such pain. The earth is not your home. Go home, brother. Although this kind of alien species will definitely attract tourists if it is placed in the zoo, Jiang Chen dare not keep it. Because if this thing is multiplying and spreading, it will be a devastating blow to the earth. Jiang Chen said as he pulled out a grenade from his body and threw it at the desert steel-toothed beast. With a loud bang, the grenade exploded in front of the steel-toothed beast that was walking slower and slower. The grenade exploded and directly blew the steel-toothed beast to the ground again. After the steel-toothed beast fell to the ground, a big hole was exposed in its stomach. Jiang Chen did not hesitate to pull out another grenade and threw it directly into the stomach of the desert steel-toothed beast. Then there was a loud bang, and the stomach of the desert steel-toothed beast was blown apart. After dealing with the desert steel-toothed beast, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. However, at this moment, the only people left in the Salmon Palace were the 4 people brought by Jiang Chen and Professor Fang Hua's archaeological team. The desert steel-toothed beast is dead. There is no danger next. Let's go to the palace to take a look. Jiang Chen said to Dr. Fang Hua, who was so scared that his hands and feet began to tremble. Dr. Fang Hua has participated in many large-scale archaeological activities at home and abroad, and has also been to primitive forests and uninhabited deserts. However, this is definitely the most thrilling one he has ever been to. It's dark, and we can't guarantee that the palace is safe, so let's wait until tomorrow morning before entering the palace. Dr. Fang Hua tried to calm himself down. Jiang Chen nodded. Yes, although the injured steel ruler was killed by them, who can guarantee that there will be other things in this palace? So for safety reasons, Jiang Chen also agreed to take them to camp outside the city first. Outside the city is a vast land, where you can see far away with a glance, so it is relatively safe here. Chapter 477. Life is still important. During the night, when they were camped outside the city, several people found firewood. In the open field, they lit a bonfire. It is very important to light a bonfire in the dark, because the bonfire can not only keep warm, but also drive away many animals. Moreover, this is the ancient capital of the Salmon dynasty, and there are collapsed houses everywhere around. Those waste wood can be used as firewood for them to burn. Several people next to the bonfire were holding wires to string desert locusts and roasting them. At this moment, they all had their own thoughts. Professor Fang, we will go to the palace tomorrow. Now that we have found the ancient capital of the Samanid dynasty, what do you think? After a long silence, Jiang Chen broke the silence. Professor Fang Hua, who had not eaten for 2 days, ate desert locusts in big mouthfuls while answering Jiang Chen's questions. Of course, our idea is to stay and study the ancient capital of the Samanid dynasty. It would be my lifelong dream to be able to study the secret of the extinction of the Samanid dynasty. Well, now Professor Fang's dream has come true. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Professor Fang Hua seemed to have guessed what Jiang Chen wanted to say. So he looked at Jiang Chen and asked, Boss Jiang, the discovery of this ancient city is not just my credit, but also yours. And you saved all of our lives, so you have a say in tomorrow's archaeology. Celebrities don't speak in secret, and Jiang Chen hates beating around the bush the most. So after a little thought, Jiang Chen looked at Dr. Fang Hua and started talking. Professor Fang, I know you are an archaeologist funded by the United States, so you need to explain to your employer. Tomorrow we will enter the palace, and half of the treasures in the palace will be given to you, and the rest must be left here, including the entire palace. This place belongs to the desert, not the United States, and it is the future. Whether it is discovered by you or me, I hope you can understand this. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Dr. Fang Hua had already understood what Jiang Chen wanted to express. Thinking of the United States, Dr. Fang Hua shook his head helplessly. He came to the desert because of the sponsorship from the United States. The only requirement of the sponsorship from the United States was that when the archaeological team found the lost ancient capital of the Samana dynasty, they should give them the address of the ancient capital of the Samana dynasty. The rest would not be the responsibility of the archaeological team. What's wrong? Will this make Dr. Fang embarrassed? Jiang Chen asked when he saw Dr. Fang Hua's bitter smile. Dr. Fang Hua did not speak, but his assistant said, "We have no right to dispose of the ancient capital of the Samana dynasty. We have received funding from the United States, so we can only tell the United States the address here. If we give up, it will be difficult for us to explain to our employer." Everything was just as Jiang Chen imagined. They were planning to take the ancient capital. How about you take all the treasures in the ancient capital? Anyway, this place is close to your scenic spot. You can take away all the things inside and give these remaining ruins to our employer. Sun Mi saw that everyone was embarrassed, so he acted as a peacemaker. After all, they all had to give themselves an explanation, and more importantly, if they angered Jiang Chen now and killed all three of them, then wouldn't the entire imperial city belong to him? After thinking about it, life was still more important. I think you may have thought wrong. The biggest concession I can accept is that half of the treasures inside are given to you, and the rest must be kept. This is still for Director Sun's face. Otherwise, do you think you can get out of this desert? Threat, naked threat. But there is no way. Everything in the desert belongs to Jiang Chen. It's not that Jiang Chen is overbearing, but Jiang Chen knows that he needs to green the entire desert. This requires a lot of money, and the ancient city under his feet can be used to build a tourist base, and the various treasures in the ancient city can be used to build a museum. These things can attract enough tourists for him to make enough money to green the entire desert. He is also indirectly saving the entire human race. Of course, the more important thing is that where you sleep, how can you let others breathe? This place is too close to his scenic spot. If this place is occupied by the United States, it will always be a threat to him. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the three special forces behind him took out their submachine guns in an instant. When Fang Hua and others saw Jiang Chen took out his guns, they also knew that if they insisted, they would definitely die. We don't want the treasures inside. We didn't come here for the treasures inside. We came here for a search. So if you want to raise the palace here to the ground for money and sell all the cultural relics here, then you might as well kill me now. After Professor Fang Hua finished speaking, Fatty Wang glanced at Professor Fang Hua and said, "Brother Jiang, I think this matter is easy to handle. Don't Professor Fang and his men just want to study the ancient capital of the Samana dynasty? He doesn't want to destroy the ancient capital of the Samana dynasty, and we don't want to destroy the ancient capital of the Samana dynasty, so why don't we cooperate? Turning hostility into friendship is the result that everyone wants to see. Cooperation. How do you say cooperation? That's easy. How much money did you take from the United States? We will double the money back to you, and you just need to return the money to the United States, right? And the research you mentioned, that's also very simple. We will set up a Salmon Ancient Capital Research Institute here intact, and you will be the dean, the vice dean, and the researcher. We will provide you with money, and you can just do research here, right? After Wang Panzi finished speaking, he also specially arranged a position for Dr. Fang Hua, Sun Mi, and Dr. Fang Hua's assistants. After Wang Panzi finished speaking, Jiang Chen suddenly realized when this guy became so smart. But I have to say that what Wang Panzi said is really similar to what he thought. How about it? Just do as Fatty Wang said. I will give you double the money, and you will also fund your association in the United States. And I promise you that I will not destroy a single blade of grass or tree in the ancient capital of the Samana dynasty. Not only that, I will spend a lot of money to repair it, build it, and protect it. Think about it. With your current abilities, who can protect this ancient capital? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Sun Mi looked at Jiang Chen and asked, is what you said true? Are you really willing to set up a research institute here? Are you really willing to spend money to protect this place? After Sun Mi finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. I keep my word, and what I want to tell you is that I will not let anyone destroy this land. From now on, this desert will be under my control, Jiang Chen, and sooner or later I will build it into the most beautiful home in the world. Chapter 478 Dynasty Treasury. Outside the palace of the ancient capital of the Samana dynasty at night, the breeze gently blew the bonfire. The firewood burning in the bonfire made a crackling sound. Jiang Chen thought that Professor Fang Hua and his team were difficult to talk to, but to Jiang Chen's surprise, Dr. Fang Hua and his team soon agreed to Jiang Chen's request. However, Dr. Fang Hua also made his own requests. The first request made by Dr. Fang Hua was that Jiang Chen could guarantee their safety in the desert. In addition, Jiang Chen not only had to guarantee their safety, but also had to truly build the Sahara Ancient Capital Research Institute. After Dr. Fang Hua made his requests, Jiang Chen agreed to all of them. After several people discussed the conditions at night, they prepared to head towards the palace at dawn the next day. From outside the city to the palace, what surprised Dr. Fang Hua was that there was not a single bone found here. How could the Salman dynasty, which was at its peak, suddenly perish? And there are no signs of their death here. Maybe those bones have been eaten by insects and ants in the desert, Jiang Chen said, and the group of people could only continue to walk towards the central hall. After entering the central hall, the door had already decayed. A slight push on the door instantly turned the entire door into a pile of ruins like a piece of burning paper. Don't touch those doors first, take pictures of them first. These are precious cultural relics and have important historical significance for our study of the culture of the Salman dynasty. After Dr. Fang Hua gave instructions, his assistants and Sun Mi and others hurriedly took pictures everywhere. They wanted to take pictures of these doors and then recreate the prosperity of the dynasty at that time through post-production. After the group of people took pictures, they walked towards the palace. As soon as they entered the palace, a foul smell came from the palace. Although it has been thousands of years, this smell has not yet dissipated. Look over there, there are collapsed armors over there. After Fatty Wang said, he walked to both sides of the hall alone, and the armors fell to the ground. There were many white bones wrapped in the armor. These are the guards in the palace. It seems that they all died here. From the neat rows of the warriors in the palace, it can be seen that when they died, they probably didn't know that the disaster had come. Chirp, chirp, chirp. While a few people were talking, a group of desert locusts poured into the whole of the palace. Jiang Chen took the long stick in his hand and drove all the desert locusts aside. It seems that it is time to take people to get all these desert locusts to the locust farm. Otherwise, their existence is also a kind of damage to the ancient palace. The palace hall is where the king discusses politics. It is built very grandly. The spacious and bright hall can accommodate thousands of people at the same time, which is enough to see how high the architectural level was at that time, and how powerful the Salman dynasty was at that time. Look at the throne over there. It seems that there is still someone sitting on it. After Sun Mi finished speaking, a group of people looked towards the throne at the northernmost part of the hall. Sure enough, there was a wretched person sitting on the throne. Oh, that can no longer be called a person. It is a skeleton wearing a golden suit. If Jiang Chen guessed correctly, this person must be King Salman. Why did the king die here? Also, look at the bones over there. Are they the ministers who were attending court at the time? A group of bones on the ground were blown under the throne at some point. These bones were covered with some silk clothes. However, due to the passage of time, the silk was already in tatters. It seems that they must have died very suddenly. It's really a bit like poison gas suddenly came and poisoned them all to death. Everything he said was very strange. Jiang Chen was not an archaeologist, so he knew very little about the Salman dynasty, so he couldn't get a word in at this moment. But Fatty Wang over there had already walked in front of the king's seat. He reached out and touched the golden helmet on the skeleton. He couldn't help but shout to a group of people, "Come and see, these are real gold. We are really rich this time." After Fatty Wang finished speaking, Dr. Fang Hua and the others were stunned. Didn't we agree to put these cultural relics in the museum for preservation? Wang Panxi's words of getting rich seemed to reveal something. Get your sister's wealth. Didn't I say that no one is allowed to touch the cultural relics here, including the gold jewelry here? All the things are sealed. After Jiang Chen scolded, Wang Pang smiled awkwardly and said, you misunderstood. I don't mean to sell these gold. I mean that so many gold jewelry and other things have been unearthed here. If we set up a museum here, it will definitely attract many tourists. And once tourists come, won't we get rich? After Wang Panxi finished speaking, a group of people nodded in agreement. Let's go and take a look at other places. We have limited tools now. If we start these things now, it will only cause damage to them. So let's send professional personnel to sort them out after we go out. After Dr. Fang Hua finished speaking, a group of people nodded. So they walked towards other palaces. There are many palaces in the Salman dynasty, and they are also very spectacular. There are exactly 70 or 80 main halls and side halls here, and there are corridors in the middle of each palace. Each palace has a garden and rockery. This palace is even better than the ones in China. Jiang Chen and his friends walked from morning to night, and they almost walked through most of the palaces. What surprised them was that almost everyone in each palace died suddenly, and many people still looked the same as when they died. After Dr. Fang Hua asked Sun Mi and his friends to take pictures one by one, he gently closed the door. After coming out of each palace, they went to the treasury. The internal affairs treasury of the palace was really spectacular. After opening the door of the treasury, everyone was so surprised that they dared not close their eyes. There were neatly arranged pieces of gold and silver jewelry in the treasury, as well as piles of heavy silk and satin. Not only that, inside the treasury, the shelves were filled with gems of various colors. Looking at the rubies, sapphires, and diamonds of all sizes, everyone's heart was moved. Wow, this treasure house is priceless. Don't even think about buying this treasure house with a fortune. Look at this big sapphire. If you take it to an auction house, you can't buy it even with billions. What's more, there are nearly dozens of palm-sized sapphires here. While several people were excited about the jewelry and diamonds in front of them, Fatty Wang had already opened a large box in the warehouse with a click. After the box was opened, the neatly arranged gold bars inside made Fatty Wang scream instantly. Brother Chen, come and see. This whole box is full of gold. Seal it, close it for me, and no one can touch this gold. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 479, Being Uneducated is Terrible. In front of gold, Jiang Chen was most afraid that everyone would lose their own mind. So he quickly asked Wang Panxi to close the gold treasure chest. As soon as Wang Panxi closed the gold treasure chest, he saw rows of large boxes stacked in the huge treasury of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. If his guess was right, there were either gold, silver, or even boxes full of jewelry. Brother Jiang, do you still not believe in the character of Wang Panxi? Do you care about this little bit of gold? My warehouse was full of banknotes back then. When have you ever seen me tempted? After Wang Panxi finished speaking, Jiang Chen sneered. You are not tempted. You have moved to live on banknotes. Are you not tempted? It's not that I don't believe you, Wang Panxi. Let's wait for President Guan to come. When they come, let President Guan and others decide. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he gestured to Wang Panxi and told him that Professor Fang Hua and others were still with him. They couldn't let Fang Hua and others down now. Okay, I'll open 2 more boxes to see what's inside. Don't worry, Jiang Chen. If anyone dares to steal these things, I, Wang Panxi, will be the first to kill him. After Wang Panxi finished speaking, Brother Lang also hurriedly said, even if Wang Panxi doesn't kill him, I, Brother Lang, will definitely kill him. Jiang Chen, please open 2 more boxes to let me see. I have never seen these things in my life. Okay, then open them and take a look. And I emphasize again that no one is allowed to steal things here, including me. I will not take things here. These things belong to the people, to the desert, and of course they also belong to the scenic area, and to the Sahara group. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Sun Mi couldn't help but sigh. What's the difference between belonging to the Sahara group and belonging to you? It's just that due to Jiang Chen's strength, she couldn't say it. After getting Jiang Chen's permission, Wan Panzi and Brother Lang rushed to the two huge boxes like happy children and prepared to unlock them. Old Wolf, let's open one of them. This big box can't be opened by one person. Fuck, why didn't you tell me earlier? I couldn't open it after a long time. After saying that, Wolf walked to Wan Panzi's side. Because they didn't have the key, the two of them could only force the lock open with a blunt object. After the lock was broken, they opened the treasure chest. The treasure chest in front of them really surprised them. There was no gold, silver or jewelry in the box, but a box of paintings and calligraphy. Fuck, I thought it was all gold. How come there was a pile of rags of paper? Forget it, let's go open other boxes. After Wan Panzi finished speaking, Jiang Chen couldn't help but curse. Can you two bastards stop embarrassing yourself here? What is rags of paper? Do you know how much these paintings and calligraphy are worth? Jiang Chen's face was completely humiliated by the two of them. It turned out that he had never been to school and his vision was not good. Professor Fang Hua walked to the side of the box. He reached out and picked up a scroll. After opening it, it was a painting of Jiang Shenmiren. The beauty in the picture is lifelike, and the landscape is picturesque, which makes some people excited. It's a good painting. It's the brush and the color, which must have been passed down from our country. If this painting is taken to the auction house, it will start at least several hundred million. The most important thing is that these words are well preserved, so its price must be very high. Not only that, it is also a collection of the royal family, which makes its price increase a lot invisibly. Several hundred million. Let me see what it is. Why is it worth so much money? Fatty Wang turned around and wanted to take the words in the box, but Professor Fang Hua hurriedly grabbed him. No, you don't have leather gloves. You can't touch the things in here. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. What rare thing. Wipe my butt. I think paper is too hard. Old Wolf, go and open other boxes. That's right. This broken paper is yellow. Only you treat it as a treasure. This thing is not as real as gold. After Fatty Wang finished speaking, he and Brother Wolf smashed open another box with a plop. After opening the box, the jade wares in the box made the cheer. Brother Jiang, come and see this whole box. It's all jade. Look how beautiful this jade pelisse, and this jade belt is also nice. Jiang Chen walked to the box, and sure enough, the neatly arranged box of various jades also surprised him. The treasury is very large, and there are many things in it. If they were allowed to look at it like this, they would be fascinated. So after thinking for a while, Jiang Chen looked at Fatty Wang and Brother Wolf who were about to open the box again and shouted, "Okay, you two stop breaking the lock for me, and hand over the things here to President Guan immediately." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Brother Wolf and Fatty Wang stopped. After stopping, Fatty Wang looked at Jiang Chen and smiled darkly. "Brother Chen, are we going to give all these things to Guan Haozi? Guan Haozi is very stingy. Once you give him something, you can't think of getting it back from him." After Fatty Wang finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at the stunned people around him. He knew that these people came here at the risk of their lives. If he didn't give them any benefits, it would seem that he was too ruthless. If that happens, who will work for him in the future? Okay, everyone, put down your things. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Dr. Fang Hua and the others also put down their things. They wanted to see what Jiang Chen had to say. After a long time, Jiang Chen looked at everyone and said, "You all risked your lives to get here. Don't say that I, Jiang Chen, am disloyal. From now on, I will give you 1 minute to pick one thing from here and take it away. The things you take away will not be included in the list of ancient capitals to be protected. In addition, I will give you a certificate to prove that you obtained this thing legally." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Professor Fang Hua, Sun Mi and the others became excited. As long as they took the things here well, they would never have to worry about food and drink for the rest of their lives. But a scholar is a scholar after all. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Professor Fang Hua looked at the Jiang Chen mirror painting in his hand, nodded and said, since Boss Jiang has spoken, if we refuse, we will not give Boss Jiang face. Then everyone take one. I, an old man, will take this painting. After Professor Fang Hua finished speaking, Fatty Wang reached out and took out a piece of gold from the box and threw it to Old Wolf, saying, you idiot, there are so many valuable things, what painting do you want? Come on, don't say that I don't protect you, the biggest piece of gold here belongs to you. Brother Wolf took the heavy gold and put it away with him very satisfied. Then Fatty Wang rummaged through the boxes and took out another big piece of gold and put it in his pocket. Looking at Fatty Wang and Brother Wolf, Jiang Chen really wanted to kick these two idiots to death here. How much can these two pieces of gold be sold for? If you don't take those priceless paintings, even if you just get a piece of gem, it will be more valuable than gold. Then I'll take this gem, Sun Mi said, and walked to the gem shelf and took a sky blue gem. This gem is very similar to the desert heart that was auctioned at the auction house, except that it is slightly smaller than the desert star. Even so, this gem is worth at least 4 billion. Chapter 480 Super Planning. Sun Mi took a sapphire, and Dr. Fang Hua's assistant also took a painting. After several people took their things, they had nothing to say. After dividing the things, Jiang Chen had the door closed. Now the entire palace has been inspected, and the things in the palace have been basically photographed and sealed. In the evening, in order to prevent the night from getting too long, Jiang Chen directly called Guan Cubic. At the same time, Jiang Chen also called the Sahara Corps. After the call, the Sahara Corps decided to send more than 1,000 people to protect the ancient capital of the Salman dynasty. Guan Ku also urgently contacted experts and scholars in cultural relics to help seal up various treasures in the ancient capital of the dynasty. After the night fell, several people started to barbecue desert locusts in the palace again. They talked and laughed, but Jiang Chen at this moment fell into deep thought. Jiang Chen was thinking about how to build the ancient capital of the Salman dynasty. By the way, the wind-eroded mushroom man must also be developed. I have it. I will set up a super scenic spot here. This scenic spot includes the ruins of King Salman City, the wind-eroded mushroom cold scenic spot, and the Flower Mountain scenic spot. In addition, I will set up a museum here, and then exhibit all the things here in the museum. When this scenic spot is built, it will definitely beat the grassland scenic spot and the Bermuda scenic spot in seconds. Jiang Chen was a little excited when he thought of this. However, no matter how excited he was, if he really wanted to build this scenic spot, it would cost a huge amount of money. Although Jiang Chen has made money in all aspects now, his main investment is on the Mogan Expressway. So it is really difficult to build this scenic spot this year. Wait a minute, I still have some money in my phone, or I can just plant the road first. Jiang Chen wanted to plant the road as he spoke, but after thinking about it, he gave up. After all, there are so many people here. If he took out so many black technologies, these people would definitely be suspicious. Several people stayed in the ancient capital of the Salman dynasty for 3 whole days. The Sahara Corps and the professional archaeologists in charge felt the ancient capital of the Salman dynasty. After a group of professionals arrived, Professor Fang Hua was still a little worried, so he personally supervised the archaeological team invited by Jiang Chen to pack all the easily damaged things in the palace little by little and put them into boxes. When the various cultural relics in the palace were packed, a month had passed. During this month, they gradually transported the sorted cultural relics to the wooden house town scenic area for sealing. Finally, when the summary table of all the cultural relics was handed over to Jiang Chen was a little surprised. In this excavation, they harvested nearly 150,000 cultural relics in total. These cultural relics include calligraphy and paintings in the treasury, gold and silver jewelry, etc. It also includes the throne armor and documents in the palace that are easily damaged. Even the bowls and chopsticks that the emperor and ministers usually eat, the decorations in the ministers' homes, and other valuable things were also sealed as cultural relics. After the cultural relics were taken away, Dr. Fang Hua took Sun Mi and others to study them temporarily in the wooden house town. As summer went by and autumn came, there was still an endless stream of tourists in Jiang Chen's scenic area. No one knew what had happened in the desert, and the discovery of the ancient capital of the Salmon dynasty had not spread in society. Jiang Chen blocked the news. His purpose was simple, that is, he would not let anyone know that the ancient capital of the desert had been discovered before the Salmon dynasty was fully developed and protected. In the autumn, Jiang Chen withdrew all irrelevant personnel, and he started the construction task of the ancient capital of the Salmon dynasty alone. The construction task of the Salmon dynasty ancient capital scenic area is very heavy. The first thing to build is transportation. And how to build transportation? Where to build it? These are all problems. After thinking for a few days, Jiang Chen had a particularly bold idea. He took a pen and drew a circle along the ancient capital of the Salmon dynasty, the grassland scenic area, the Bermuda scenic area, and the cactus forest scenic area. Outside the circle are these scenic areas, and inside the circle is a vast land covering an area close to the size of Shenzhen. Since Jiang Chen decided to build this place as a base for his march into the desert, he had to build a super city here first. If there was no city as his logistical support, how could he earn so much money to build in the desert? Okay, people should have long-term vision and long-term planning. In the future, this big circle will be used as the construction land for the entire city. The area outside the circle will be used as the scenic area, school, and hospital. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he knew that his first goal was coming. That's right, the first goal is to build the outer ring road of the city. To build the entire outer ring road of the city, it will take at least tens of billions of funds. Jiang Chen no longer has so much money, so he plans to take out more than 1 billion to build a road from the grassland scenic area to the ancient capital scenic area of the Salmon dynasty. He did it right away. There was no one in the desert, so Jiang Chen drove his Mercedes-Benz and quietly rushed to the locust farm. After arriving at the locust farm, Jiang Chen opened his mobile phone and started planting roads. Since this road is the city's super outer ring road, it must be very wide, so Jiang Chen plans to build a super highway with 12 lanes. After planning, Jiang Chen clicked on the one key planting, and soon after the golden light landed, a wide road stretched all the way to the end of the desert that could not be seen. After planting the road, everything was not over yet. Jiang Chen took out his mobile phone and planted desert street lights and desert giant cacti on both sides of the road. After these two things were built, the road was completely completed. After finishing the road, Jiang Chen drove directly to the desert underground river. At this moment, the desert underground river was still flowing quietly under the yellow sand. By the way, many people have never seen the desert underground river. Now that I'm going to build a super city here, this underground river will be the mother river of the city in the future. Why don't I build it into a scenic spot? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen also specially built a large green space where the underground river was exposed on the surface. Jiang Chen called it the Desert Underground River Scenic Area. In the future, all tourists who come here to travel can taste the water of the Desert Underground River here. After building the green space and parking lot in the Desert Dark River Scenic Area, Jiang Chen followed the outer ring road and came to the Wind Erosion Mushroom Forest Scenic Area. The Wind Erosion Mushroom Forest Scenic Area is a scenic area that Jiang Chen attaches great importance to in his plan. This scenic area has a very spectacular natural landscape that is not available in other areas, so if it is well developed and utilized, it will definitely become one of the most famous attractions in the Sahara scenic area group. Chapter 481 Chrysanthemums blooming on the sand dunes. When it comes to building a mushroom forest scenic spot, Jiang Chen suddenly had a good idea. The wind-eroded mushroom forest scenic spot in front of him is very large, which can give him enough space for development and utilization. Let's build a wind-eroded mushroom man maze here first. I want to make it the largest maze in the world. Nowadays, people are obsessed with breaking world records, as if only by breaking world records can they prove that your place is really amazing. So Jiang Chen plans to build the largest pure natural maze scenic spot in the wind-eroded mushroom forest. After making a plan, Jiang Chen called Guanku and asked him to recruit talents in maze design to help design it. Guanku went to find people for the time being. After leaving the wind-eroded mushroom man scenic spot, Jiang Chen quickly rushed to the Super Wind Power Generation Center, where there are 20 Super Wind Power stations. In front of the super wind power station, there are 20 huge sandhills blown by the wind. This is one of the areas that Jiang Chen plans to focus on. 20 super wind power stations. This is a super landscape in itself, plus an accommodation and tourist area. The next thing to plan is these 20 hillsides. Speaking of building a flower mountain, Jiang Chen shrugged his shoulders helplessly. There are not many flowers that can be planted in autumn in his mobile phone now. Among these flowers, there are only chrysanthemums and zinnias. In addition, he also has ginkgo trees, 4 trees planted in autumn. Chrysanthemums, zinnias, and ginkgo trees. These are the 3 hills. By the way, we will build another pure green Bermuda grass hill. It seems that this is the only way. Jiang Chen said this and was about to plant when his mobile phone rang with a ding dong. Jiang Chen opened his mobile phone and was immediately surprised. Sure enough, his system was still powerful when he needed something the most. System prompt. Players who successfully found the ancient capital of the Salmon dynasty will get a new seed. Please pay attention to it. What a ripoff. I've already gotten everything from the ancient capital of the Samanid dynasty, and you're just now giving me the seeds. Is there a delay in your broken system? Jiang Chen was about to click on it to check, when suddenly another system prompt popped up on his phone. System prompt. Players who successfully kill the desert steel tooth beast will receive a new seed. Please check. System prompt. Players who successfully protect the heritage of the Samanid dynasty will receive a new seed. System prompt. Players who have more than 600,000 tourists in the scenic area will receive 2 new seeds. Please check. System prompt. Damn, the delay is definitely a delay. Is it because the signal is not good in the desert? Wait, your phone only has a signal in the desert. Do you need to flash it? Forget about flashing it. Don't flash it into a brick. Is the system developer in danger at this moment, being pressed to the ground by a group of rough men? But this is not the time to think about so many things. Since the system gave him new seeds, Jiang Chen must make full use of them. Okay, it's time to see what seeds you gave me. Jiang Chen said this and clicked on the seed pavilion. What made Jiang Chen happy was that at this moment, the seed isolation was already filled with 2 pages of new seeds. What is this? Why does it look so much like a chrysanthemum? The first seed that appeared was a golden long chrysanthemum-like thing. Jiang Chen clicked on the seed introduction, and it was indeed as he expected. Seed introduction. Desert summer chrysanthemum. Desert summer chrysanthemum can bloom twice a year, once from July to November, and the improved desert summer chrysanthemum can bloom from July to the end of November. After the summer chrysanthemum blooms, the flowers are bright and the flowers are tightly clustered. It is a rare treasure among chrysanthemums. Price reminder, summer chrysanthemum. The price is relatively cheap, and 1 square meter of summer chrysanthemum costs 10 yuan. Very good. The autumn in the desert should be the autumn of chrysanthemums. So let's build a desert summer chrysanthemum mountain first. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he walked directly to the huge sand mountain and started planting with 1 click. After a golden light landed, a huge mountain was covered with golden desert chrysanthemums. The sudden appearance of a mountain full of golden chrysanthemums in the desert was really eye-catching. However, Jiang Chen looked at the golden chrysanthemums and suddenly had a bold idea. If he planted another mountain, would the color change? He did it right away, since Jiang Chen still had some money. So Jiang Chen walked to another sand dune and clicked on the 1 button planting. Soon, after the golden light landed, a mountain was covered with desert chrysanthemums again. After the chrysanthemums on this mountain were in full bloom, they all turned into red summer chrysanthemums as Jiang Chen imagined. Very good. Let's see what other flower seeds there are next. Jiang Chen opened his phone and continued to look. Seed introduction. Desert chrysanthemum. Desert chrysanthemum can bloom when winter comes. Desert chrysanthemum has bright colors and is cold resistant. It is one of the good chrysanthemum varieties. Jiang Chen clicked down again, and sure enough, all the flowers on this page were different varieties of chrysanthemums, such as tower chrysanthemums, cliff chrysanthemums, desk chrysanthemums, marigolds, national day chrysanthemums, wild chrysanthemums, daisies, marigolds, asters, tricolor chrysanthemums, cosmos chrysanthemums, straw chrysanthemums, Langan chrysanthemums, etc. Almost all varieties of chrysanthemums were collected. Looking at these chrysanthemums, Jiang Chen was a little amused. I said that autumn is the season of chrysanthemums, but you don't have to plant all chrysanthemums for me. You should at least plant something else for me. What a pitiful system. Jiang Chen said as he walked to the 20 sandhills and started planting. After all varieties of chrysanthemums were planted on the 20 flower hills, from a distance, the peanut hills of different colors were now in an empty desert, which really felt like something out of a cartoon. Okay, it's done. The mushroom forest scenic area, the flower hill scenic area, and the windmill tower scenic area together can become a new super scenic area. Jiang Chen said as he wanted to launch this scenic area right away. After all, Jiang Chen is short of money now. Lack of money is one aspect, but the most important thing is that these 20 flower hills are all flowers that bloom in autumn. If he misses this season, then these 20 flower hills will be wasted. If we want to open a tourist attraction, the scenery is enough, but accommodation is still a problem. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen decided to build supporting facilities. It is no wonder that they are called supporting facilities, which are food, accommodation, parking facilities, etc. Speaking of accommodation, Jiang Chen plans to build a garden town at the junction of the Mushroom Forest Scenic Area and the Flower Hill Scenic Area. Speaking of building a town, Jiang Chen hurriedly selected buildings on his mobile phone. He selected for a long time in the wooden house grid, but he didn't find the house he wanted. He searched for a long time in the brick and tile buildings, and didn't find what he wanted. Just as Jiang Chen was thinking about whether to let the construction workers come to build a house, his mobile phone suddenly rang again. Chapter 480 to Colorful Town. System prompt. The host has completed the construction of Huashan Scenic Area. The host has obtained a new seed. Please check it out. New seed. Why is the system so good? Slow. What a fart. It is just looking for a reason to make money from me. Jiang Chen clicked on the seed pavilion, and this time the system actually gave him a building seed. Jiang Chen clicked on the building seed, and to his surprise, the system actually gave him a house seed. Seed introduction. Because the host is in the Salmon King's capital, the system gave the host a colorful building, a characteristic building of the Samanid dynasty. The colorful building is a civil and wood mixed building, built according to the semi-desert characteristics of the Samanid dynasty. Colorful building? Why does this sound so attractive? Let's take a look at the price first. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen directly clicked on the price introduction. Price introduction. Because the building uses local wind sand and low value pigment as building materials, the price is not high. The price of a 2-story building is 150,000 yuan. The price of a 3-story building is 220,000 yuan. Jiang Chen clicked on it and scrolled down the price. The prices of these small buildings varied according to the height of the floors. The 7 or 8-story buildings were the most expensive, but even if the price was high, it did not exceed 700,000. Why is the price so down to earth? When Jiang Chen was building the wooden house town, that set of buildings would easily cost tens of millions. Compared with a small building of hundreds of thousands, this small building really seemed much cheaper. Who cares? Let's start planting. Then I'll build a colorful town here first. Jiang Chen said as he started to build a colorful town on the plain near the mushroom forest next to the strolling road. Because this place is particularly large, the scale of Jiang Chen's colorful town is also very large. Jiang Chen directly charged more than 10 million and planted more than 200,000 houses in the flat area between the mushroom forest and the windmill. These more than 200,000 houses can accommodate at least 600,000 people, which is almost enough to meet the needs of tourists here. After the houses were planted, a golden light fell to the ground, and soon a row of uneven colorful buildings appeared on the flat plain in the distance. Those buildings are very Central Asian in style. The square houses made of earth and the big domes are very ethnic in style. Of course, what is even more amazing about this town is that each town has its own special color. Some houses are blue, some are pink, some are white, and some are yellow. Looking at the colorful houses that suddenly appeared in a golden desert world, it really seemed as if people had come to an alien world. Perfect. These towns can be regarded as a scenic spot. After insisting on saying this, he couldn't help but give the system a thumbs up. This system has made all his things cheaper, since his roses could not be sold at a high price. However, what Jiang Chen is going to plant next is not cheap. That's right, Jiang Chen is going to plant green lawns next. The price of this green lawn is the same as when he first bought it. However, if he wants to green up such a large area from the mushroom garden scenic area to the windmill scenic area and the flower mountain scenic area, it is obviously not enough to buy 5 centimeters of lawn. So Jiang Chen chose to buy grass seeds at 20 yuan per square meter. Even if it was 20 yuan per square meter, Jiang Chen spent nearly 100 million yuan to green the entire scenic area. Oh, it would be great if there was endless money. Forget it, these grasses must be grown as soon as possible. By the way, it's time to call Chen Jianzhao and ask him to bring all the fertilizers. Jiang Chen said this and called Chen Jianzhao. After the call was connected, Jiang Chen gave a few instructions and Chen Jianzhao nodded and replied, "Okay, I will send workers over right away." Now we have more than a dozen warehouses of fertilizers, which is definitely enough. If you want the flowers and plants in the grassland to grow more vigorously, you can't do without fertilizers, and Jiang Chen has no shortage of fertilizers. Nowadays, there are many tourists in Jiang Chen's scenic area. Those tourists need to go to the toilet in the scenic area, and those toilets can convert all their feces into organic fertilizers. These fertilizers have become nutrients for all the plants in the Sahara scenic area. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen began to think again. Now that the greening has been done, the next thing he has to build is the parking lot and the gas station. There are many parking lots to be built. The mushroom scenic area needs to build 2 parking lots. The windmill scenic area needs to build 2 parking lots. And the flower mountain scenic area needs to build more, 3 parking lots. The most important thing is the colorful town. The colorful town needs to build at least 10 parking lots. When Jiang Chen finished building all the parking lots, it was already 2 days later. After the parking lot was built, Jiang Chen built 2 gas stations here. After everything was completed, the entire scenic area was completed. After the scenic area was built, Jiang Chen gave it a resounding name, called the Salmon Ancient Capital Scenic Area. After the Salmon Ancient Capital Scenic Area was built, Fatty Wang also brought all his people to the ancient capital of the Samanid dynasty. Fatty Wang also called Jiang Chen specifically and asked Jiang Chen to come and watch them catch locusts. That's right, Fatty Wang is not here to build the ancient capital of the Samanid dynasty. His mission is to catch all the locusts in the ancient capital of the Samanid dynasty and take them to the locust farm. Since Fatty Wang invited him, and Jiang Chen was afraid that Fatty Wang would collapse the palace to find locusts, Jiang Chen went to supervise the work himself. This locust war was really fierce. Fatty Wang brought almost everyone from his group. There were 2,000 to 3,000 people in the entire dynasty scenic area, and more than 40 cars drove in. Hey, you can't dig under the wall, or the wall will collapse. Hey, what are you doing? There are no locusts under the palace. Can you stop digging? Hey, what are you doing on the top of the palace? How could there be locusts there? These old guys, if I don't catch all the locusts, do you know how powerful they will be when they reproduce? Rather than asking Jiang Chen to supervise the work, it would be better to say that Jiang Chen was asked to mediate between Professor Fang Hua and Fatty Wang. Okay, stop talking. Hurry up and catch the locusts that can be dug out. If you can't get the locusts out, just find a way to poison them to death inside. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Sun Mi also smiled and said, "That's right. For those hiding under the palace, you can just spray some medicine to poison them inside and then block the hole, right? This Fatty Wang, I think he deliberately wants to dig the treasure under the palace." The construction supervision of the ancient capital of the Salmon dynasty now belongs to the Salmon Ancient Capital Research Institute, and the dean of this institute is Professor Fang Hua. So when Professor Fang Hua heard that Fatty Wang was going to catch locusts, he even left the museum alone and came to supervise it personally. Chapter 483, My Grass Was Copied. The cleaning work of the Sahara ancient city lasted for more than 10 days. When cleaning the Sahara folk villages to the imperial city, Fatty Wang actually dug out the vaults hidden under each house. Some of those small vaults were filled with gold and silver, some were filled with jewelry, and some were filled with calligraphy and paintings. However, with the invasion of time, those calligraphy and paintings have long been broken, and only those gold, silver and jewelry have been preserved. After staying in the Sahara ancient city for half a month, the autumn atmosphere became more and more intense. When late autumn came, the Sahara scenic area ushered in a peak period of tourism. In order to promote the ancient capital scenic area during the peak season of autumn tourism, Jiang Chen prepared to start a live broadcast to promote it. It happened that he hadn't started a live broadcast for a long time. After the live broadcast time was finalized, the Sahara Live broadcast platform also specially advertised on the entire network. And when Jiang Chen was live, the Sahara Live broadcast platform also deliberately stopped everyone else's live broadcast room. In late autumn, when leaves were falling, Jiang Chen opened his own live broadcast room. Hello everyone, I'm Jiang Chen who loves farming. Today I will broadcast a 4-hour live broadcast. I hope everyone can get more happiness in my live broadcast room. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and he looked at the popularity of his live broadcast room. Although he had just started the live broadcast, his live broadcast room's popularity had reached more than 6 million at this moment. Zaya, Anchor, what are you doing recently? Why haven't I seen you broadcast live for so long? Crazy Ergao, Anchor, how come you still have the mood to broadcast live here? Do you know that there is a new scenic spot in the desert, and their tickets are much cheaper than yours? A field, yes, I was just about to ask. I heard that this scenic spot does not belong to the Sahara Scenic Area Management Group. I don't know what's going on. I didn't dare to go in and play. Jiang Chen looked at the barrage full of screens, and he was suddenly stunned. There was a new scenic spot in the desert, which he really didn't know. What new scenic spot? The scenic spot I'm in the desert is one of the several scenic spots under our Sahara Scenic Area Construction Management Group. I haven't opened other places yet. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, everyone quickly reported the problem to him. Cat ears, don't you know? That scenic spot is also called Grassland Scenic Spot. It's very large, and the ticket is only 100 yuan. There are a lot of people going there now. You are so silly, young man. Can you stop talking about that scenic spot? There is a casino in that scenic spot. They also say that it has a reputation guarantee. I won more than 200,000 yuan in it, but those bastards beat me up and didn't give me a dime. Capillary, yes, I was just about to talk about this issue. There is a casino in that scenic spot. They also said that this is a scenic spot under Brother Jiang, but Brother Jiang didn't register it under the name of Sahara Scenic Area Construction and Management Group in order to make money. After a group of people finished talking, they frowned. Which bastard dared to use his name to open a casino in the desert? Besides, I have always been against pornography, gambling and drugs. How could he open a casino in the desert? Wait, how was I taken in? Shouldn't I be concerned about how someone could grow grassland in the desert? Thinking of this question, Jiang Chen was really shocked and sweating. You know, only he can grow grassland in the desert. If someone else also masters this technology, then the ownership of this dead desert will be a big problem in the future. Of course, if you think about it further, if someone masters the technology of growing grass in the desert, if he is colluding with a hegemonic country, then the vast desert of Sahara will become a place for them to do evil. Pineapple, Anchor, you must ask this matter clearly. They are promoting your brand everywhere, and everyone who goes in will be asked to play a game. Some people can't resist the temptation, and many lose their fortunes. Green light year, yes, my uncle was originally going to go to the grassland scenic spot to play, but he was fooled by them to go to their grassland scenic spot, and finally lost his car there. Big beauty Bobo, what's the big deal about you losing a car? My cousin was deceived to that place, and lost more than 2 million yuan directly. They detained her directly. Now she is working as a lady, to receive customers to pay back the money. My cousin's family was almost going crazy. They went to the relevant departments to file a complaint, but the relevant departments didn't dare to accept it. They went to the Sahara Scenic Area Group, but they also said that it was not their place. Beautiful world journey. I also want to ask this question. Is the so-called dream grassland a private industry of your scenic area? My sister was deceived and sold herself, and she hasn't come back yet. Our family is going crazy." After a group of people finished talking, Jiang Chen frowned even more. Yes, this dream grassland really did a lot of immoral things. The key is, why you do immoral things and involve me? The business of everyone is about credibility. You did this, and made me lose my credibility. Who will dare to come to me for tourism in the future? I clearly tell you, that the dream grassland is definitely not a scenic spot under our Sahara Scenic Area Construction and Management Group. Please don't be fooled. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of fans questioned behind him. Mountain Alliance, if you say it's not, it's not? Who else in the desert has the ability to grow grassland besides you? Big Boss is so nice. That's right, you bunch of profiteers are all doing one thing in public and the other in private. It's really disgusting. I advise everyone not to go to his scenic spot. It's all a scam. Bahang, that's right, you are also responsible for the scenic spot that is not yours. Everyone goes there for you, and in the end they are also responsible for being deceived. After a group of fans finished accusing, Jiang Chen didn't say anything. After all, what else can he say if they really say that? Should he tell them that it's your fault for being deceived because of greed? Okay, I already know the problems everyone has reported. Let's stop here today. I will go to understand the specific situation now and give everyone a reply soon. Okay. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, his bullet screen was filled with likes. Indeed, they were also very desperate to report the situation to Jiang Chen. After turning off the live broadcast, Jiang Chen knew that it would be impossible to launch his Salmon King capital scenic spot in the short term. Forget it. Let's talk about it after this matter is settled. After turning off the live broadcast, Jiang Chen drove straight to Mojiang New District. Nowadays, most of Jiang Chen's companies are located in Mojiang New District, so if he wants to understand the ins and outs of this matter, he can only go to Mojiang New District. Rushing to the headquarters of Sahara Group in Mojiang New District, the headquarters managers were busy in a meeting. Today, Sahara Group is the largest enterprise in Yimo Special District that integrates real estate, scenic spots, internet, communications, electricity and other industries. It is not an exaggeration to say that it is the largest enterprise in the entire Northwest. Chapter 484, Building a Shopping Plaza. The population flow in Amat district is getting bigger and bigger now. According to incomplete statistics, the population in Amat district has reached 1 million, and it is still growing by tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands every day. I think the market in Amat district is still very broad in the future, so it is urgent to set up a cinema company and a large shopping mall now. I agree. Not only in Amat district, but also in our scenic area, the daily flow of people has reached nearly 1 million. We should also have our own large shopping malls and cinemas. I suggest that we directly build an open-air cinema in the grassland scenic area, a super large open-air cinema. All ticket buyers will have a chance to watch a movie, which is also considered as buying movie tickets. The Wooden House Town must open 2 cinemas. Now the Wooden House Town has become the most populous place here. The Bermuda Oasis scenic area should also have a cinema and a large shopping mall. The number of tourists staying in the Bermuda scenic area is now on par with that of the Wooden House Town. In the conference room, a group of executives of the Sahara Group were discussing. Seeing that they were discussing important matters, Jiang Chen did not go in to disturb them. So he moved a small stool and sat at the door of the conference room waiting. Okay, since everyone has agreed, let's seize the business opportunity and register a Sahara Cinema Company in Sahara Shopping Plaza in Mojiang before other shopping malls and cinemas come in. After Guan Ku finished speaking, a group of executives applauded and agreed. Jiang Chen and others waited outside the conference room for nearly 2 hours. During these 2 hours, Sahara Group discussed many things, such as the application of the Hotel Management Group to build 2 5-star hotels in Yimo District. For example, the application of Sahara Fast Food Group to open 20 branches in Yimo District and the resolution of Huahang Nyan Hua Flower Shop to open a branch in Yimo District. Each project is a big project, and with the acceleration of the construction of Yimo District, each project is so urgent. When the meeting was about to end, Guan Ku also confirmed the relevant cooperation projects of Morgan Expressway with the staff of the municipal government. The construction of Mogan Expressway was very fast, and Mogan Expressway can be said to have raised the speed of China to the highest point. At the same time, this line, which was contracted to more than 200 companies, will be opened to traffic in the early spring. It must be said that the completion of this highway will directly shorten the distance between Yimo Special District and the mainland. From now on, tourists and passenger transport will no longer have to go through the provincial capital to take the Mogan Expressway. The cooperation project proposed by the municipal government this time is that the city's freight and passenger transport will also take this line. They will discuss specific issues such as highway tolls. When Guan came out of the meeting room, a group of people were shocked to see Jiang Chen waiting at the door. "Brother Jiang, why are you here? When did you come? Why don't you come in?" "That's right. Brother Jiang, what are you doing outside? Why don't you come in and talk?" A group of people surrounded Jiang Chen and asked him questions. Jiang Chen stood up and looked at everyone and said with a smile, "It's okay, I just arrived and you didn't go in because of the meeting. By the way, I have something to do with President Guan, you all go and do your own things." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, several executives said goodbye one after another. They were indeed very busy. Now every minute and every second of Yimo Special District is developing at an accelerated speed, and they dare not delay every minute and every second. "Okay, Brother Jiang, come to our group when you have time. I'll treat you." "Okay, go when you have time." After a group of executives left, Guan Ku saw Jiang Chen looking for him, so he took Jiang Chen into the office. After all, the door was not a place to talk. "Brother Jiang, you are here for the museum, right? I have already talked to Dean Fang Hua about the museum. Now all the cultural relics must be sealed in the core vault. After the ancient capital scenic area is completely built and the ancient capital museum is completed and there are security measures, we can take these cultural relics out." After Guan Ku finished speaking, Jiang Chen shook his head. He would not bother with the museum's mess. "No? Brother Jiang, then let me guess what else can make such a busy Brother Jiang come to me. Is Zia Haidong doing something stupid again? This guy pestered me yesterday to use my connections to set up Sahara TV. This guy really has no bottom line and his appetite is really getting bigger and bigger." After Guan Ku finished speaking, Jiang Chen frowned. "What is this bastard doing again?" Exclamation mark. Sahara's live broadcast has just started, and my Sahara Story Network and Cactus Payment have just entered the market. Can't you just do these things honestly? What TV station have his branches been set up? I don't know. The financial report was not reported to me. I heard that it made a lot of money, but Leo Zia is very ambitious. He set up a video website and recently produced a variety show called Run, Scenic Spot and Longing Days. I heard that the number of online broadcasts is amazing, so he is going to set up a TV station. This Leo Zia is really good at making trouble. Jiang Chen almost forgot what he was doing while talking. "By the way, President Guan, I have something important to ask you. I heard from my fans that another scenic spot has been built next to our scenic spot. What's going on?" After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Ku frowned when he heard about the new scenic spot. Recently, he was also troubled by this new scenic spot. It's just opened. It started operating a month ago. I've been worried about it and haven't slept well for a few days. After Guan Ku finished speaking, Jiang Chen hurriedly asked again, "Where is it built? Who built it?" "It's built in Teng County, just south of our scenic spot. I don't know who built it, but this person has a strong background." Jiang Chen breathed a sigh of relief when he heard that the scenic spot was built in Teng County. Teng County was under the jurisdiction of Yimo Special District, so this matter was easy to handle. Someone in that scenic spot organized gambling and forced people to sell their bodies. "Didn't you report it to Leo Ma?" After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Ku said in a relaxed tone, "How could I not report this? What victims are making trouble at the entrance of the scenic spot now?" In the past month, several victim families have been making trouble at the entrance of the scenic spot almost every day, insisting that the scenic spot has something to do with us. "Didn't Leo Ma come to manage it?" "No way. Jiang Chen, that desert is in the non-managed area just like us. Leo Ma can't manage it." After Guanku finished speaking, Jiang Chen finally understood what was going on. Needless to say, when these victims come to make trouble, Leomar and his men definitely dare not tell them about the non-management area, otherwise, if the matter gets out of hand, they will be implicated. Once everyone knows that the Sahara scenic area is in the non-management area, then according to the regulations of the United States, they have to sever their relationship with the scenic area. Once this relationship is severed, the tens of billions of tax revenues of the IMO Special District every year will be lost. Taxation is a small matter. The most important thing is that Jiang Chen still controls the lifelines of the IMO Special District, such as communications, electricity, and oil. Even the university is in the scenic area. Without the scenic area, to be honest, the IMO Special District is really nothing. Chapter 485. What kind of secret is this? Leomar was also troubled by the Dream Grassland scenic area in Teng County. They wanted to stop them, but they had no power. Moreover, they were afraid that things in the non-management area would be exposed, and they could not bear the responsibility. So some things were just dragged on, and they wanted time to dilute these things. In addition, they had made full publicity preparations. Is there no way to deal with them? There is no way at the moment, but now we have put up publicity advertisements on all the roads leading to the Dream Grassland scenic area in Teng County. We also told everyone not to come to this scenic area. This scenic area is not our Sahara group scenic area, and this scenic area also tempts people to gamble and engage in other illegal activities. Since you have already told them, why are there still so many people fooled? Jiang Chen had a headache. Indeed, he really had a headache. They have already made such a solid publicity. Why are there still people fooled? There is nothing we can do about it. The tickets to the Dream Grassland scenic area are cheap. Not only are they cheap, but there are also many free gifts. So many people are fooled. After being fooled, they come to our scenic area again, saying that it is a black attraction opened by us. No matter how we persuade them, it doesn't work. In the end, we can only let Leomar take people to arrest them all. Guanku knew that arresting the troublemakers was not a long-term solution. But this is indeed a last resort. After all, so many people are making trouble at the entrance of the scenic area, and those tourists take videos and post them online. If they are hyped up by those self-media with ulterior motives, their scenic area will have a bad reputation. If soft tactics don't work, then use hard tactics. They have ruined our reputation in the scenic area. Can we just let them develop like this? We have tens of thousands of Sahara Legion. What are we waiting for there? Are they here for retirement? Jiang Chen finished speaking angrily. Guanku sighed and said, we have also thought about using force to solve their problems, but the current problem is beyond my ability to solve. We have already inquired about the powerful forces behind this Dream Grassland scenic area. They not only have the support of domestic financial groups, but also the secret protection of the Al-Qaeda and mercenary forces in Sage City. If we want to take action, all the mercenaries and Al-Qaeda will target us. Although our scenic area has armed forces, they are in the dark, we are in the light, and we have so many tourists. We can't take this risk. Jiang Chen is no longer the fearless peasant he used to be. Now that they have assets and people, they can't be so unrestrained. We can't control them, and we can't fight them, so are we just going to let them go on like this? Jiang Chen sat on the stool angrily. He really felt that all his strength was hitting cotton, and he couldn't get any power out. Not really. I'm planning to organize a few people to pretend to be tourists to go to the Dream Grassland scenic area. I think this is a bit strange. Everyone knows that only our grassland has mastered the technology of planting in the desert. I want to see if the grass on their grassland is the same as ours. After Guanku finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. This was also what he was worried about. His own technology must not be leaked, but if the other side really grew the same grass as them, then he could apply to the China Patent Association for an investigation, and then see if the China Patent Association would ban this illegal scenic area. After thinking about this, Jiang Chen looked at Guanku and said, okay, I think your idea is right. Let's not look for anyone else. Let me go and take a look by myself. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guanku hurriedly shook his head and said, no, this is definitely not possible. It's very dangerous there. If you go there, you'll be walking into a tiger's mouth. I'd better find someone from the Sahara to go. They are skilled and won't reveal any secrets, even if they are caught. After all, these soldiers are not afraid of death. In this case, Guan Ku might feel a little relieved. Let the Sahara go. They don't have the right temperament at all. Besides, the Sahara don't know much about grass. That's it. I can go alone. My skills are no worse than others. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Ku thought about it, and it was indeed true. Jiang Chen's skills were indeed no worse than those of the Sahara, and more importantly, the grass on the Sahara grassland was created by Jiang Chen himself. Jiang Chen knew them better than anyone else. If you go alone, it will easily arouse other people's suspicion. How about this? I will find someone who is particularly good at fighting to follow you, and you two can pretend to go together as a couple. In this way, the chances of them suspecting will be much smaller. Speaking of bringing a female companion, Jiang Chen thought about it, and it was true. It was a bit unreasonable for a young man like him to go to the grassland, but if he brought a female companion, everything would be easy to explain. At that time, they would pretend to be on a honeymoon or a trip, and other people's defenses would be hurt a lot. Then don't look for anyone else. Either I will take Anna directly, but Anna has been hurt, or I will take Zukin directly. Going to the dream grassland? I heard everything you said. There is such a suitable person in front of you. Why do you want to go to someone else? The two people were having difficulty talking, and the door was suddenly pushed open. A tall girl came out of the door. The girl looked a little sweet, but from the way she walked, it was clear that she was definitely not easy to deal with. Sunmi, why are you here? Who told you to eavesdrop on our conversation outside the door? Do you know that what we are talking about is confidential? Jiang Chen was a little unhappy when he saw that it was Sunmi, but Sunmi on the other side was not unhappy at all. She looked at Jiang Chen and said, "What kind of confidentiality is this? Okay, I will apply to participate in this mission with you now. Please approve it, President Guan." Nonsense. It's just nonsense. What are you doing here? Sunmi is also a headache for Guan Custodian. She is a relative of Director Sun, so Guan Custodian really gives her face in the scenic area. But giving her face is limited to work. If she wants to interfere with other things, Guan Custodian will not agree. It's nothing. Professor Fang asked me to send this document. Really, I can really participate in this plan. Do you think that the boss and I look like a couple when we stand together? We are a perfect match. And let me tell you, I have been practicing taekwondo since I was a child, and my fighting ability is very strong now. It's true that after Sunmi and Jiang Chen stood together, Guan Custodian took a closer look and found that they really matched well. One of them is handsome, and the other is beautiful. More importantly, Sunmi likes adventures. She is a troublesome person. If she can be taken out and not stay in the scenic area, it will save them a lot of trouble. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 486, No Exception. Have you really practiced since you were a child? President Guan, don't you believe it? How about we have a competition now? After Sunmi finished speaking, Guan Ku pointed at him and scolded him. Nonsense, you are so disrespectful. Okay, brother Jiang, decide for yourself whether you agree or not. After Guan Ku finished speaking, Jiang Chen thought about it and nodded. This Sunmi likes adventures, and she is also smart. Of course, the more important thing is that she is not afraid of trouble. When they were fighting the desert steel-toothed beast in the desert, Sunmi was holding a dagger and wanted to come over to fight with them. Even several men are not as good as her. Okay, since you want to participate in this event, then we must make 3 rules. Okay, don't talk about 3 rules. I agree to 18 rules. I don't believe you can still eat me. Sunmi is a carefree girl, and she speaks the same way. Jiang Chen is a little puzzled. Her personality is really a huge contrast with her beautiful face. There are not so many rules to be set. First, you must obey my orders. If I say go east, you can't go west. Okay, just tell me when to leave. Can you let me finish my words? Second, pay attention to your image. Now let go of my hand. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Sun Mi finally let go of her hand that was pulling Jiang Chen's arm. Ah, you have so many requirements. Isn't this for a better role? After Sun Mi finished speaking, Jiang Chen was so angry that he even forgot what he wanted to say in the third point. Okay, we will leave at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, and it will be just daybreak when we arrive. You go back and prepare first. I'll wait for you in Mojiang Special Zone. Jiang Chen sent Sun Mi away after he finished speaking. After sending Sun Mi away, Jiang Chen explained some things to Guan Ku and then left the Sahara group office and headed towards the special zone. In order to prevent accidents, Jiang Chen also found Wolf Brother in the special zone and then asked Wolf Brother to bring a special security team of nearly 20 people to set off with him. At that time, Brother Wolf will be stationed on the borderline. Once Jiang Chen sends him a signal, Brother Wolf will come to pick them up. After a night of silence, Sun Mi knocked on Jiang Chen's door before dawn the next day. If Sun Mi were to stay in the Ancient Capital Research Institute for a search, it would be more painful than killing her. So at night, she didn't go back to the Ancient Capital Research Institute at all. So when Sun Mi knew the hotel where Jiang Chen was staying, she directly opened her room opposite Jiang Chen. She wanted to disturb Jiang Chen at night, but she didn't expect Jiang Chen to sleep so soundly that he didn't give her a chance at all. Okay, let's go now. The car has stopped downstairs. By the way, did you bring the dagger? Jiang Chen yawned and stretched. He rarely got up at this time. We have brought them. By the way, do we need to bring some guns? Why do we need to bring guns? We are just pretending to be tourists, not fighting with them. What if a fight breaks out? Remember, there is no such thing as a what if. You are just a tourist, understand? Okay, I really don't understand you. How can you be a big boss if you are so timid? Who do you say is timid? Jiang Chen was really puzzled, but he sighed again after thinking about it. Why did he get into a fight with him? This woman is really a problem. Whoever speaks up will speak. I won't argue with you. We will only cooperate this time. After the cooperation, I will give you a sum of money, and you will work honestly in the research institute in the future. If you don't want to work in the research institute, then I will tell your cousin and let you go wherever you want. Okay, it's better to be in a hurry than to be defeated by others. While the two of them were talking, they walked downstairs. There was a Jeep off-road vehicle parked downstairs. This car was naturally not as good as the Mercedes-Benz that Jiang Chen was sitting in. But the Mercedes-Benz was too conspicuous. They were pretending to be an ordinary couple with some money. Hey, Jiang Chen, when are you going to the desert again? I won't go to the desert again. Did you come to the desert last time to save me? You think too much. I just wanted to find the ancient capital of Salmon. TSK, you're lying. I don't believe it. By the way, after we get there, if we stay in a hotel at night, will we stay together? Go in the morning and come back in the afternoon. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Sun Mi looked at Jiang Chen in confusion and said, it's boring. Since you're going, why don't you get to know them better? Jiang Chen remained silent. He thought he was a serious person. When the two drove to Teng County had already become a ruin. But as soon as he arrived in Teng County, he saw the huge road sign that was put there to urge them. The road sign read in big letters, the dream grassland ahead does not belong to the Sahara Scenic Area Construction and Management Group. This is an illegal scenic area. Please do not be deceived. Even though there is such a big propaganda slogan here, Jiang Chen found that those who drove here just drove past the slogan, as if they could not read. What's wrong with this group of people? I have warned them so much, but they still go to the dream grassland. It's really shameless to come to me if something happens later. Jiang Chen drove over as he spoke. People who can come to the dream grassland scenic area are basically people who drive off-road vehicles. They have a lot of wealth. Some drive Land Rovers, some drive Mercedes-Benz, and the worst ones drive Jeeps like Jiang Chen. Of course, the Wuling Hangguang speeding past in the distance is an exception. They drove along a not very wide gravel road. In less than half an hour, they were about to reach the border. Looking at this road, Jiang Chen suddenly felt a little familiar. Wait, didn't ZHU Chang and his scenic area build here? Could this matter be related to the ZHU family? Jiang Chen was a little breathless, but didn't the ZHU family's ZHU group declare bankruptcy? No, the ZHU family actually relies on the Daejiang group for survival. It seems that this matter may have a lot to do with the Daejiang group. Jiang Chen was talking, and soon his car drove into the non-management area. After entering the non-management area, there was a gravel road ahead. The gravel road was not very wide, but there were really a lot of cars on the road. Jiang Chen followed them and drove forward. After driving in the desert for more than 10 minutes, they arrived at an open-air parking lot built in the desert. Now it was just dawn, and there were no less than 300 or 400 cars parked in the parking lot. It seems that this scenic spot is really attractive to tourists. After Jiang Chen parked the car, a man in a suit in the parking lot gave Jiang Chen a sign and said, "Take this sign to the front to buy a ticket. When you come back, take the ticket to avoid parking fees." Although everything looks informal, it is not dangerous. Chapter 487. Something fishy is going on in the scenic area. After receiving the sign, Jiang Chen followed a group of other tourists and walked towards the ticket office in the distance. Hey, do you know? The most fun thing about this scenic spot is that you can not only see the grassland, but also play some other exciting projects. Brother, can you introduce any exciting projects? We brothers just arrived and don't know yet. You guys are also here for fun with the company's money, so I tell you, go to the casino and have some fun later. Even if you lose, it doesn't matter. If you lose money, they will give you some tickets to Happy Valley later. There are beautiful women who don't wear clothes there. Really? Just don't wear clothes? Can you do something else? Of course, but you have to pay extra. This place is simply a man's paradise. A bus stopped behind Jiang Chen, and more than a dozen men got off the bus. These men were in their 40s and 50s, with bellies like Maitreya Buddha, and they were fat and big-eared. At first glance, they were middle-aged greasy uncles. The two young men who were communicating with them were driving an off-road vehicle. It seemed that this was not the first time for these two young men to come. Shameless. After the two young men finished speaking, the dozen greasy uncles looked at Sun Mi with greedy eyes. In an instant, Sun Mi's face turned red to the root of her neck. Are all women as beautiful as her? She is prettier than him. Let me tell you, don't look at her arrogant now. After she goes in, she will appear in Happy Valley tomorrow and make countless men laugh. After the two young men finished speaking, Sun Mi clenched her fists in anger. Before Sun Mi could speak, Jiang Chen had already stood up. You to repeat it again. What's wrong with repeating it? Are you going to hit me? You dare to hit me here? Before the young man finished speaking, Jiang Chen had already kicked him directly on the mouth. In an instant, the young man turned in the air and fell to the ground. When the other young man saw Jiang Chen taking action, he also rushed towards Jiang Chen. Before he reached Jiang Chen kicked him in the head again. With a bang, the guy fell to the ground. You two, say another word to me. Jiang Chen walked to a young man and stepped on his mouth. He choked and kicked the guy's teeth out a few times. The two young men were suppressed by Jiang Chen's fighting ability. The other dozen greasy uncles were also scared and dared not say a word. What are you doing? Why are you fighting here? A dozen security guards ran over from a distance. The security guards were holding batons in their hands. Jiang Chen accidentally saw that some of the security guards were carrying guns. These two people provoked my girlfriend with words. I'm going to teach them a lesson, Jiang Chen said coldly. The security guards looked at the two young men lying on the ground and then looked at Sun Mi beside Jiang Chen. They seemed to understand something and nodded to each other. Sir, don't worry. Our scenic spot has always been zero tolerance for people like this. You guys go play inside first. Leave these two guys to me. They have been blacklisted by our scenic spot. They will never step into the scenic spot again. After the security captain finished speaking, Jiang Chen finally let go of his feet. Several security guards went up to hold down the two young men and threw them into their car. Then they pointed at the two people and scolded them. Get out of here. You are not welcome here anymore. Put me down. We are Mr. Wang's people. Mr. Wang asked us to take. Before the man with the intact mouth could finish his words, a security guard picked up a baton and hit him on the mouth with a bang. In an instant, all his teeth fell out. If you dare to humiliate our tourists here, you are looking for death. If you know what's good for you, get out quickly, otherwise we will arrest you immediately. Do you believe it? After the security captain finished speaking, he waved his hand, and several security guards lifted the two people, opened the door, and got into the car, and then drove towards the border of China. Jiang Chen always felt that something was wrong. When several people just walked into the ticket office, Jiang Chen felt two muffled sounds from the fluctuations in the air, which seemed to be the sound of a silenced gun. The sound of the gunshots came from the direction where the two young people who said bad things about Sun Mi were going. What's wrong? Seeing that Jiang Chen was a little absent-minded, Sun Mi hurriedly asked. Jiang Chen didn't say anything. It was indeed a wrong choice to bring Sun Mi out. Since ancient times, beautiful women have brought many troubles. He shouldn't have asked such a beautiful person to come out. He should have brought someone with an average appearance. In this way, he would reduce the attention of the people around him, so that it would be easier for him to observe the situation here. 2 tickets. 2 tickets are 200 yuan. Do you need a shopping cart and chips? The ticket sellers were 2 young girls. They looked young and experienced. They swiped Jiang Chen's card and took out the tickets for Jiang Chen. Then they looked at Jiang Chen and Sun Mi and asked, "What shopping card?" Sun Mi was about to ask, but Jiang Chen had already shaken his head and said, "No shopping card or chips are needed. Ask what the shopping card is first." After Sun Mi finished speaking, Jiang Chen had already taken the ticket and dragged her arm to the front. When they reached a deserted place, Jiang Chen looked at Sun Mi and said, "Don't make trouble here. We are just here to see the grass. We will leave after we see the grass. If you want to buy something, I will give you a shopping cart later. You can go to Mojiang and the wooden house town and buy whatever you want. Is that okay?" "What are you talking about? Do I need your shopping card? I'm just curious about why a scenic spot here needs a shopping card." "Okay, forget it. Remember not to make trouble and don't talk. Let's leave after we see the grass, okay? Let's go." "Why are you talking so loudly?" After Sun Mi finished speaking, she lowered her head and followed Jiang Chen into the ticket gate in the distance. "That's great. I just bought a 10,000 yuan shopping card. I will go to the mall to buy my favorite cosmetics. The cosmetics here are the same price as those abroad. You charge 10,000 yuan. So did I. I heard that there are several brands of Italian clothing in there. I will buy a few pieces to bring back and save half the money here." "That's right. Otherwise, why are we here?" When waiting in line to enter, Jiang Chen heard the discussion of several young and beautiful girls around him. Sure enough, there is something fishy here. No wonder the supervisor repeatedly reminded them that this is a fake scenic spot, and so many people bought tickets to come here to play. "Hey, how about, would you be quiet?" Chapter 488 Women's Paradise. Which woman can resist cheap luxury goods? Sun Mi is the same. Although she has a carefree personality, she also loves beauty. She also loves those luxury goods. What's more, there is a 50% discount here. That piece of clothing that costs 10,000 yuan can now be bought for 5,000 yuan. How can they not be tempted? Stingy guy, you are reluctant to spend a few thousand yuan. After Sun Mi finished speaking, a fat man wearing a suit and glasses beside him raised his eyebrows at Sun Mi and said, "Do you want luxury goods? Come over and follow me." "What do I want later? You can pick whatever you want. Get lost." After Sun Mi finished speaking, she reached out and hugged Jiang Chen's arm and spit at the fat man in disgust. The fat man wanted to say something else, but Jiang Chen stared at him with a pair of murderous eyes. Facing Jiang Chen's gaze, the guy felt an invisible pressure and walked away obediently. 2 tickets, just for fun. After Jiang Chen handed the tickets to several people looked at Jiang Chen and then at Sun Mi. They were a little unbelievable. Jiang Chen looked back at the people next to him. It seemed that all the people in the line behind him had bought chips and shopping coupons. It seemed that, if he didn't buy those things, it would be a bit strange to come here for fun. "Oh, I forgot to buy a shopping coupon just now. Can I still buy a shopping coupon here?" Jiang Chen just wanted to complete the task, but if he was suspected by this group of people, he was afraid that someone would stare at him after he entered, so he asked this question directly. There are shopping coupons. How much do you want? 10,000. Don't you want some chips? While the little beauty is shopping, you can also have some fun. After all, if you don't have fun in the scenic area, wouldn't it be a waste? Jiang Chen had just finished speaking when a manager-like person came over at the ticket gate. As he spoke, he took out 10 chips worth 2,000 from the box at the ticket gate and handed them over. Okay, then take 20,000 chips. It seemed that this place was already a den of thieves. If he didn't buy them, he would be stared at by these people before he even entered. Besides, Jiang Chen didn't lack this little money. After taking the money and the shopping voucher and walking into the dream grassland, I had to admit that this dream grassland was really big. From the outside, the dream grassland was blocked by a high wall and nothing could be seen. But after walking in, you could see a stretch of endless grassland from afar. These grasslands were planted all over the hills and small valleys. Everywhere you looked, it was green, and it was very refreshing to look at. Jiang Chen walked to the grass and touched the grass on the ground. It was really soft and looked exactly like his grass. If the money was guessed correctly, these grasses were his Bermuda grass seedlings. Didn't you say you wouldn't buy the shopping voucher? Why did you buy it again? Sure enough, there's no truth in a stinky man's mouth. Do you want it? If you don't want it, I'll return it immediately. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Sun Mi reached out to take the shopping voucher, shook it in her hand, and said, "Stingy guy, I'm going to spend it all today. I'll make you cry." As Sun Mi was speaking, a shopping guide came over. "Hello, beautiful lady. Do you want to see jewelry or clothes and bags? Let me see both. Then can you follow me?" The sales girl was also very beautiful. She had a sweet smile and a gentle voice. After confirming that the grass was his, Jiang Chen wanted to leave. But several young people walked towards him. "Hello, sir. Our entertainment center is over here. Please follow me." "Thank you." After the young people finished speaking, they politely extended a gesture of invitation to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen looked at Sun Mi. He was worried that something might happen to her, so he said to the young people, "No, I'll go shopping with my girlfriend first. We'll go to the entertainment hall later. Just tell me where the entertainment hall is." Jiang Chen finished speaking, and the young people nodded. One of the young people handed Jiang Chen a map, and then smiled, and said to Jiang Chen, "Okay, here is the map of our scenic spot. If you are tired of shopping later, you can let your sister-in-law rest in the hotel, and you can also come alone to experience the beauty of our scenic spot." The young man pointed to the words Happy Valley on the map of the scenic spot. "This place is called a paradise for men and a fairyland for women. The dream grassland is indeed well deserved." Jiang Chen and Sun Mi had just walked across a hill when they suddenly found a large shopping shed in front of them. These shopping sheds are a bit like vegetable sheds in the countryside, but these are much larger than those in the countryside, and the decoration is also more high-end and classy. Jiang Chen followed the guide to a glass door full of potted plants. He pointed at the glass door and said, "This is the jewelry area. You can go in and take a look." When he pushed open the door in the morning, he found that the jewelry area was really large. From their feet to the end of the jewelry area, it was at least 2 miles. The greenhouse was covered with soft Persian carpets, which were very comfortable to step on. He looked up and saw a soft light coming from the ceiling, which was decorated with exquisite decoration. There were shopping malls on both sides of the greenhouse, and each shop was decorated very luxuriously. These shops were all internationally famous brands, and each shop was filled with various jade articles. There were really too many people in the mall. Although it was morning, Jiang Chen estimated that there were at least 400 or 500 people here. Wow, come and see. There are many brands here that are not available in China. Hey, take a look at this bracelet here. I have been looking at it online for a long time. This bracelet costs more than 10,000 yuan online, but it only costs 6,000 here. Look here, is this hairpin nice? It costs more than 3,000 yuan online, but it only costs 1,700 yuan here. Jiang Chen reached out and touched the hairpin that Sun Mi had passed to him. It was indeed of good quality and should be authentic. Why are the prices here so cheap? Jiang Chen pondered in his heart, but soon he was relieved. That's right, all these goods are not subject to customs duties, so they are naturally very cheap. Okay, we should leave, after shopping for a while. Why are you leaving, right after we got here? I haven't spent my 10,000 yuan yet. After Sun Mi finished speaking, the shopping guide beside him smiled, and said to Jiang Chen, "Sir, since this beautiful lady likes it, let her take a closer look. Also, the shopping coupons here are non-refundable. You must spend as much as you buy. Otherwise, it will be just a piece of waste paper when you go out." After the shopping guide finished speaking, Jiang Chen pointed to a pair of bracelets and said, "Okay, I think that pair of bracelets is pretty good. 10,000 yuan is just enough for them. Just pay up and leave." "Hey, you're too polite to me. Forget it, I'm not going to look at jade anymore. I'm going to look at clothes." After Sun Mi finished speaking, she turned around and followed the shopping guide to another shopping mall. Chapter 489, The Fun of Losing Money. The large clothing mall is very close to the jewelry mall. The clothing mall is even larger than the jewelry mall. Jiang Chen was puzzled. How did they do it? How could they build such a large mall in 1 month? Moreover, the various brands of clothes in these malls are all international first-line brands. How did they transport them here? Wow, this skirt is so beautiful. I will definitely look beautiful in it. Not beautiful at all. You have a boyish personality. It will be ugly to wear such a ladylike thing. Let's go with that one. That one looks good. It's only 10,000 yuan. Hurry up and buy it. Jiang Chen randomly pointed to a particularly expensive dress. Sun Mi puffed up her cheeks and looked at Jiang Chen and said, "Okay, from now on, I will go shopping by myself. Can you wait at the door?" As Sun Mi spoke, she forgot what they were doing here. The sales lady also looked at Jiang Chen with a smile and said, "Sir, didn't you buy chips? You can go over there and play for a while. The chips are not refundable." Jiang Chen was a little puzzled. If the chips and shopping vouchers were not refundable, then what were they buying these things for? Shopping vouchers can be used to buy clothes. Could it be that the chips can only allow them to enjoy the fun of losing money? What fun is there in losing money? Forget it. Wait for me here after you buy the clothes. I'll go over there and take a look and come back immediately. Don't run around. Do you hear me? Jiang Chen didn't have the idea of hardly confronting this group of people, so he planned to lose all his money inside and then leave with Sun Mi. Anyway, the 30,000 yuan was just a drop in the bucket for him. Jiang Chen was led by a casino staff member to a super greenhouse of the same size. The greenhouse was also decorated very luxuriously. Perhaps because it was located in the desert, the greenhouse was not very high, only 2 floors. But fortunately, the area was large enough, and all the gambling facilities inside were available. As soon as Jiang Chen entered the hall, he saw more than 700 men playing around the gambling areas. Jiang Chen knew very little about gambling, and he was anxious to go back, so he went to the dice shaking area and started betting. Jiang Chen bet 1,000 yuan at a time, and soon he lost nearly 6,000 yuan. When Jiang Chen wanted to finish the last bet, his stomach suddenly started to make noises. There was no way. Jiang Chen hurried out to find a toilet. When he finally found a toilet, there was a sign on the door saying employees only. "I'm only for your sister. It's already this time. I don't care if you are an employee or not," Jiang Chen said as he kicked the door open with force and then walked into the toilet. Jiang Chen just squatted in the toilet, and soon after he heard a crackling sound. He felt much better. Just as Jiang Chen was about to turn around and wipe his butt and leave, there was a sound outside the door. The sound was getting closer and closer, and then there was a snap, and the door was pushed open. Why is this door broken? What door is broken? It's okay. It's the door of our toilet that's broken. By the way, didn't you get the beauty who just came this morning? Don't forget to notify me when you're done, so that I can have some fun later. We haven't had such a beautiful girl in our scenic area for a long time. We got her. She's just a hot girl. When she was trying on clothes, we put drugs in her and knocked her out in no time. We are preparing to take her to Happy Valley now. You guys are awesome. By the way, I heard that she came with her boyfriend. How do we deal with her boyfriend? Her boyfriend, the boss, just said that he's being caught. Once he's caught, he'll be taken directly to the Love Valley. There are a lot of rich women there, and they're preparing to play with this kind of young meat. Damn, you guys are really ruthless. Today, these two really came as a pair. The man is handsome and the woman is pretty. They must make at least a few million for our scenic area. The man who came in was holding a walkie-talkie in his hand. The voice in the walkie-talkie was very loud. After the two of them finished talking, they both laughed. Listening to their conversation, Jiang Chen felt very familiar. The man was handsome, the woman was pretty, and they came here this morning. Aren't they the two of them? And they also said that the man was in the casino and the woman was trying on clothes, which was even more consistent with them. Could it be that Sunmi has been captured by these bastards? No, we must find a way to save her. After all, Sunmi was brought here by me. If anything happened to him in the desert, Director Sun would definitely not let me go. Squeak. Soon, the sound of flushing came from next door, and the security guard left with the intercom. As soon as the security guard left, another person walked into the toilet. He seemed to have drunk a little too much, and he was talking in a jumble of words that Jiang Chen couldn't understand at all. But the only thing that can be guaranteed is that this person seems to be from Japan. Okay, I know what to do. Aren't they looking for me everywhere? Then I'll pretend to be this Japanese guy. Anyway, the Japanese usually don't dare to do anything, Jiang Chen said, pushing open the door and waving at the drunk Japanese guy. The Japanese guy didn't understand why Jiang Chen was looking for him, so he walked towards Jiang Chen in a daze. When the little Japanese guy walked to Jiang Chen kicked him and knocked him unconscious in the toilet. The next thing was easy to do. Take off his clothes and put them on yourself, then throw the little Japanese guy into the toilet, close the door, and then flip him out from the toilet. Jiang Chen did it neatly and without any delay. After Jiang Chen changed the little Japanese guy's clothes, he changed his hairstyle and then continued to walk towards the gambling hall. After walking to the gambling hall, Jiang Chen caught a guard and asked him, "I want to go to Happy Valley to work happily. How can I get there?" The guard looked at Jiang Chen, thought for a moment, and imitated Jiang Chen's tone and said, "Those who earn more money can work, and those who win can go. 20,000 yuan is 4 tickets, and 50,000 yuan can stay for a day." When he heard that the ticket to Happy Valley actually cost 20,000 yuan, Jiang Chen couldn't help but curse. It's so rip-off. But there was no other way. After all, Sunmi had been taken to Happy Valley, and he had to hurry up to earn enough money to go to Happy Valley. I can just pay the money and work. No, you have to work. You must win money to go. After the guard said this, Jiang Chen finally understood why this group of people were gambling crazily. It turned out that they wanted to win tickets to Happy Valley. When it came to winning money, Jiang Chen was even more puzzled. He had just lost 6,000 yuan, and now he only had 14,000 yuan in his pocket. It was really difficult to win 30,000 yuan for the ticket. No, I have to go and give it a try. If I go too late and Sunmi gets into trouble again, I won't be able to defend myself. Chapter 490. Don't talk too much. In order to quickly go to Happy Valley to rescue Sunmi, Jiang Chen hurried into the casino. Jiang Chen knew very little about gambling, and he couldn't play it, but what made Jiang Chen feel relieved was that his hearing was very good, so if he played dice, he would have some chances. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen walked towards the gambling table, where the dice were shaken. As soon as Jiang Chen walked to the gambling table, a man was taken away because he lost more than 100,000 yuan. The man struggled and kept shouting, "Put me down, put me down, I have money. I will ask someone to give you 500,000 yuan later, and lend me some more money. I want to gamble again. Come over here. If you have money, you must mortgage it. After we sign the contract, we will give you the money, and you can continue to play." After a few people finished speaking, they pulled the gambler into a small room. Jiang Chen's ears were more sensitive, and he heard the conversation in the small room. "If you want to continue playing, you can. What can you mortgage to us? Here is 500,000 yuan. You can do whatever you want. I have a company. I will mortgage my company to you. Give me money now. I will definitely make my money back. Gamblers are never saved." The more they gamble, the crazier they become. They only want to make their money back, but they don't know that it will always be a bottomless pit. The man in the room came out soon. He still had 500,000 chips in his hand. Obviously, he mortgaged his company. Hey, you have lost all your money. Do you want to play 2 more games? I will lend you some money. The interest is very low. Jiang Chen just walked to the gambling table. There was a man who had lost all his money at the gambling table. But next to him came a middle-aged man in a suit. He had more than 100,000 chips in his hand. The man who had lost all his money thought about it and asked him to borrow 20,000 chips. He wanted to continue to make his money back. So the two signed a loan agreement on the table. It seems that this happens in every casino. These people are loan sharks. They always take advantage of the gamblers gambling and lend them money. The interest rate of these people is very high, and once you borrow money from them, you will quickly lose all the money in your hand. After you lose all the money, you will want to make up for it, so you will beg him to continue to borrow money. In this way, he will take away all your house, company, etc. according to your property situation. Jiang Chen is very familiar with this, because Ren Dongsheng lost his one ray of sunshine travel agency in this way. Jiang Chen wanted to persuade the person who borrowed money, but after thinking about it, he shook his head again. At this time, even if I persuade them again, they will not listen to me. Besides, I still have to save people. Forget it, let's go to gamble quickly. If I don't have enough money to gamble today, I have to save Sun Mi, even if I risk my life. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he walked to the side of the gambling table. In order to make money quickly, Jiang Chen chose to bet all his money on the big one at once. When the dice were rolled, Jiang Chen was dumbfounded. It was indeed a small number. Fuck, it's impossible. It was clearly a big number when the dice fell just now. Jiang Chen got mad on the spot. His ears were fine. He also heard the sound of the dice turning. How could it be a small number? If you keep talking nonsense, I'll cut your tongue. As soon as Jiang Chen finished speaking, several casino security guards warned Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen understood instantly. No wonder so many people lost money. Damn, this casino is cheating. How can they win? So Jiang Chen's 13,000 was gone. What was even more hateful was that he had no money left in his pocket to make up for his losses. That guy, can I go to the door to buy some more chips? Jiang Chen asked the person who was maintaining discipline standing next to him. The guy shook his head and said, no, I've already come in, so I can't go back to buy. But you can choose to go over there to get a loan to buy. When it came to loans, Jiang Chen shook his head. That's right, he couldn't let this group of people know his identity, otherwise he would be arrested. I just want to go to Happy Valley to have fun. Can I work through the back door? Jiang Chen said as he handed the sunglasses he was wearing to the patrolman. These sunglasses were branded sunglasses worth more than 10,000 yuan. The patrol leader was also a smart man. After taking the sunglasses, he pointed to a man sitting on a chair smoking at the door of the hut next to him and whispered, go over there and try. Jiang Chen nodded at him, then walked straight towards the middle-aged man at the door of the hut. I want to go to Happy Valley to have fun. I can't gamble. I want to work through the back door. This watch, work worth 200,000 yuan. After Jiang Chen walked over, he took off the watch worth more than 200,000 yuan on his wrist and handed it to the man without saying a word. Seeing this, the middle-aged man smoking a cigar hurriedly shook his hand, carefully put his watch into his sleeve and said, the back door is not working. You have to work. Go out to work without money. After the middle-aged man finished speaking, he winked at a young man in the distance, and the young man waved to Jiang Chen, and Jiang Chen hurriedly followed him. Here are 100,000 chips. Follow me later, and I will take you there directly. Thank you. Thank you. I like beautiful jobs, and jobs that have never been slept. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he stuffed a handful of chips into the pocket of the young man. The young man lit a cigarette and handed one to Jiang Chen and said, your lucky job, a batch of goods has just arrived, and you will be able to choose first later. Thank you. Beautiful job. Beautiful. No matter how beautiful, there is a particularly beautiful one. I will give it to you later. After the young man finished speaking, Jiang Chen grabbed another handful of chips and stuffed them into the young man, and the young man was even happier. It's true that these chips are not valuable to others, but they are all things that can be exchanged for real money here. Be sensible. When you go in later, give 5,000 to the bald guy at the door. He said that Brother Mao introduced us. The young man led Jiang Chen to a bus. The bus was already full of people, young and old, and they were all excited to urge the driver to drive. After Jiang Chen got on the bus, the last seat was full, and the driver started the bus. The bus quickly drove into the depths of the desert. After leaving the casino, Jiang Chen found that there were not many lawns here. There were only casinos and shopping malls, and there were no lawns in the desert. However, when he looked out from the car, he found that the defense here was really strict. As soon as he left the casino, Jiang Chen saw a mercenary squad of more than 30 people, and there were armored vehicles and tanks parked beside them. It's not easy. It's definitely not going to work if we use force. It seems that we have to think of other ways. When Jiang Chen was thinking about how to rescue Sun Mi in the car, the bus had already pulled a car of people into a huge canyon in the desert. The canyon was blocked by a wall, and outside the wall, dozens of mercenaries were patrolling with submachine guns. Okay, we're here. Let's go get horny. After the driver stopped the car, a black man sitting in the passenger seat began to hand out blue pills. One per person, 200 chips. I don't need it. My physical fitness. Bang. The fat man sitting in the front seat hadn't finished speaking when the black man punched him. Seeing this, the others took out their chips and took the blue pills. Sure enough, you can't talk too much, otherwise you will only get beaten. Remember this. Chapter 491 Internal Conflict. Jiang Chen took the blue pill and followed a group of people to get off the car. When they walked into the canyon entrance, they heard the sound of water splashing, and of course the sounds of chasing and playing inside. Wow, we are finally here. This is a man's paradise. An old man said tremblingly. A man with dyed yellow hair came over and shouted to the more than 40 people, those who want to play with the big bunk bed, 20,000, line up here. Those who want to play with the new stuff, 30,000, line up here. After the yellow-haired man finished speaking, a gentleman with glasses looked at the yellow-haired man and asked, what is a big bunk bed, and what is a new stuff? After the gentleman finished speaking, the little yellow-haired man opened the door. A huge swimming pool was built in the canyon. There were groups of women running around the swimming pool and in the water, and behind them were groups of men who were taking a bath. This is the big bunk bed, 20,000. Jiang Chen just glanced inside and blushed instantly. What's the difference between this place and the wine pool and meat forest of Imperiling? Damn, no wonder so many men would rather lose everything than come and gamble. Jiang Chen cursed in a low voice, and a group of people behind him crawled through the crack of the door and looked inside. The little yellow-haired boy kicked a few people aside and pointed at them and shouted, 20,000 chips, hurry up and pay them, and go into play. I'll pay. Soon, more than 30 people lined up at the entrance of the canyon. The yellow-haired boy asked someone to collect the chips and let them in. Those who want new goods, pay. After the yellow-haired boy said this, there were only 8 or 9 people left around Jiang Chen. A middle-aged old man with a big belly walked over first. A bunch of perverts who have never seen a woman, and they are not afraid of getting sick. Here, 30,000. I want new goods. After hurriedly collecting the money, he let the big-bellied boy go into a hall next door. Jiang Chen was afraid that Sun Mi would be picked up, so he hurriedly paid the money and followed him in. After entering the hall, Jiang Chen saw a bald man sitting at the door. The bald man sat on the armchair and smoked a cigarette, looking at the people coming in, but no one paid any attention to him. Bald brother, my brother Mao's friend, Jiang Chen said, and carefully put a 5,000 chip into the bald brother's hand. The bald brother didn't finish, he just nodded slightly at Jiang Chen and continued to look at the people coming in. I don't know what good stuff there is today. Hey, have you heard that there is a very beautiful girl here today? I don't know if she has been brought in. Needless to say, don't you believe in the strength of Dream Grassland? I must be the first to go up and grab it later. The most beautiful one is mine. When everyone came in, the bald man picked up the intercom and spoke. Come out. After the bald man finished speaking, there was a click, and the side door in the hall opened. After the side door opened, there were cries from inside. No, no, I have a husband, I can't. Snap, a whip came over, and a group of girls cried. Don't cry, damn. Whoever cries, I'll beat to death. A burly man said this, and a group of girls lowered their heads and cried, not saying anything. When all the girls came to the hall, the greasy uncles around them couldn't help but rush over to grab them. Be quiet, you Japanese, go ahead and pick first. The bald man said this, and he still sat on the stool without changing his expression. Why should he go ahead and pick first? We all got the same money and I don't agree. If you don't want to play, get out of here. The bald man said this lightly, and a young man with a whip walked up to the guy. Seeing this, the guy realized that this was a desert, not his hometown, so he immediately became honest. Thank you, bald brother. Thank you, bald brother. Jiang Chen bowed to the bald brother twice, and then began to look at the 2 rows of girls around him. These so-called newcomers were all captured in the past 2 days. Jiang Chen looked at the first row. There were many beautiful girls in the first row. They were wearing the clothes they wore when they came. Many of them had their clothes torn by the whip, revealing their white skin, which was very attractive. Hurry up and choose. What are you taking so long for, you little devil? Fuck you. I really want to fuck your mother. When the people behind Jiang Chen saw that Jiang Chen had chosen first, they started to curse behind him. None of these bastards are good people, not to mention that they want to fuck their mothers who died in the desert. Mom. Jiang Chen was angry, but he couldn't show it because he didn't save Sun Mi, so he shouted mom to an old woman who looked to be in her 50s. After Jiang Chen shouted, everyone was stunned, but the bald man reacted in an instant. You, go over there, after you've made your choice. I didn't make my choice. I didn't make my choice. I don't want someone so old. I don't want someone so old. Do you want it or not? Old B, you should cool down. You should cool down. The big belly that scolded Jiang Chen wanted to resist, but the man holding the whip whipped it at the big belly. These young people didn't have master who was easy to serve, and they didn't worry about not having customers, so their attitude towards customers was also very bad. Yes. After being whipped, the big belly wanted to die. He spent 30,000 yuan, and he lost a lot of money. After the big belly led the old woman away, Jiang Chen walked to the second row, where there were also a group of young girls standing. They all lowered their heads for fear that they would be selected. Well, they are all good, all good. Jiang Chen said as he looked at them one by one. He looked around and suddenly saw a familiar figure in the middle. Who else could it be but Sun Mi with that tall figure and tight butt? I told you to buy it and leave quickly. You didn't listen. Now you're being pulled apart and sold. Let's see if you'll learn your lesson this time. Although Jiang Chen blamed Sun Mi for not listening, he and Sun Mi were after all internal conflicts, so it's her job. She's tall and can help you get rid of heat, Jiang Chen said, and pointed at Sun Mi, who was lowering her head. When Sun Mi saw that she was chosen, she started to struggle in a hurry. She whimpered, and Jiang Chen realized that her mouth was blocked. Take him to the room, and you guys start choosing. After the bald man said that, 2 young men held Sun Mi, who was handcuffed, and took her to a room. The room was not big, and there was only one bed in it. After throwing Sun Mi into the room, several people said to Jiang Chen, go in, hold on for a while, the effect of the medicine will take effect soon, enjoy it. Effects? What effects? Jiang Chen wanted to ask, but the 2 men had already left. Jiang Chen walked into the room. Sun Mi had curled up in the corner with her hair disheveled. Because she had just been caught, she didn't have many injuries. Woo. Sun Mi, who was hiding in the corner, was terrified. She kept screaming. Jiang Chen hurried over and pulled her up. As soon as Jiang Chen's hand touched Sun Mi, she started to tremble. She knew that she was sold to a Japanese. She was scared. This was her first time. She really didn't want to. Chapter 492, Iron Waste. Woo. It's me, don't make a sound, it's me. Jiang Chen shouted at Sun Mi a few times, but Sun Mi didn't react. She was really scared. Pa. Jiang Chen went up and slapped Sun Mi twice, and Sun Mi calmed down. When Sunmi saw that the person in front of her was Jiang Chen, she instantly broke down and burst into tears. Jiang Chen pulled the cloth out of her mouth. Sunmi kept slapping Jiang Chen and cried, "Why did you come to save me just now? Why did you come to save me just now? Shh. Okay, calm down. Don't talk. There are people watching outside." Jiang Chen finished speaking. Fortunately, he heard shouting from next door, which covered their voices. Otherwise, it would be strange if they were not caught. Okay, I won't make any noise. Woohoo, how can we escape? They are all a bunch of scammers. They put drugs in the fitting room, and I was knocked unconscious as soon as I entered. There was a door to the outside in the fitting room, and they carried me away from it. Sunmi said nervously, and Jiang Chen frowned. Sure enough, this was not a decent place. Needless to say, those who were chosen must have been deceived in this way. It's useless to know this now, so think about how to get out later. How to get out? How did you get in? You must have a way, right? Sunmi looked at Jiang Chen nervously, and suddenly there was a knock on the door. Why is there no sound? Hey, Japanese guy, are you okay? Someone is watching at the door. Hurry up and shout twice. Jiang Chen said in a low voice, and Sunmi collapsed instantly. Why are you shouting? I haven't done that before. Just shout the same as the people next door. Hurry up, we can't let them suspect, otherwise we can't get away. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he even shouted towards the door. It's okay, the work will start soon. The struggle is fierce. It's the work of a hot girl. Hurry up, we have a time limit, 2 hours at most, hurry up. After Jiang Chen shouted to the outside soon responded to him. The person at the door did not leave directly after speaking, but eavesdropped at the door. Seeing this, Jiang Chen gestured to Sunmi to struggle twice. No please, let me go. Let me go. Don't be polite, she said no, but she will be more fierce than anyone else in a while. Enjoy it. Hearing the shouting from inside of the door, he chuckled a few times and left. Hearing the footsteps outside getting farther and farther away, Jiang Chen's hanging heart finally let go. There are mercenaries and tanks outside. It will be a tough battle to mobilize the Sahara Legion now. We can't just fight hard. Because the room was not well soundproofed, Jiang Chen took out his mobile phone and typed to communicate with Sunmi. At the same time, Jiang Chen also opened Sunmi's handcuffs and leg cuffs, and Sunmi felt relieved. Then how to get out? Sunmi typed and handed it over. Jiang Chen shook his head. His current plan was to find Sunmi first, and it was obvious that this plan had been realized. Let me think about it. Jiang Chen said and sat on the bed against the wall and closed his eyes to rest. It was really difficult to calm down in a place like this, especially when the two rooms next door started to move. The sound was simply, "Hey, what are you doing?" 10 minutes later, Jiang Chen felt a warm hand rubbing his thigh. In order to avoid embarrassment, he deliberately closed his eyes, but when he opened his eyes, he was instantly shocked. At this moment, Sunmi didn't know when she had taken off all her clothes. At this moment, her beautiful figure was in full view in front of Jiang Chen. "It's hot, very hot. Help me, help me." Jiang Chen was shocked when he saw the blush on Sunmi's face and the light in her eyes. This was the first time he saw a girl like this in front of him. Fuck, they gave you medicine. Jiang Chen cursed. Now he knew why those bastards asked him to hold on for a while when he first entered the room. It turned out that they wanted him to hold on until Sunmi's medicine took effect. Boo boo. Before Jiang Chen started to curse, Sunmi pressed her whole body over. Jiang Chen looked at Sunmi, and with the cheers from next door, he was simply desperate. He didn't know what those bastards gave Sunmi. The medicine had completely made Sunmi lose herself. Time passed by little, and every minute and every second was torture. 2 hours made the two people feel like 2 centuries had passed. There was a knock at the door. The next door had been quiet for an hour and 58 minutes. Don't ask Jiang Chen how he remembered it so clearly. Jiang Chen put on clothes for Sunmi, and then helped the already exhausted Sunmi to walk towards the door. When Jiang Chen walked to the door, even the big belly who wanted to fuck his mother couldn't help but give Jiang Chen a thumbs up. "You are awesome. You didn't stop for 2 hours. You really have a strong waist." See, good woman, good luck not to choose her, otherwise I would have been fucked to death today. No matter who came with him, they gave Jiang Chen a thumbs up. Even the young man who was guarding the door gave Jiang Chen a thumbs up and said, not bad. You didn't stop for 2 hours. You are the first one to last so long. A group of people looked at Sunmi, who was so weak that she was shaking when she walked. They admired Jiang Chen very much. However, who could know the pain in Jiang Chen's heart? Good. Great job. I like the work. I'll buy this girl. Let your boss name a price. Jiang Chen said, imitating the Japanese. The younger brother who was in charge of the door naturally didn't dare to make the decision, so he hurriedly asked the bald man sitting at the door. The bald man looked at Jiang Chen twice and still didn't get up. But after he lit the cigar in his mouth, he stretched out 3 fingers. 300,000. Take it if you have the money, but you can't go back to China, otherwise we will kill you too. After the bald man finished speaking, Jiang Chen saw that there was something to negotiate, so he hurriedly reached out and took out all the chips on his body, then took off a string of pendants from his neck and handed it to the bald man. The bald man looked at Jiang Chen's chips of more than 60,000, then looked at the pendant and nodded. The bald brother waved his hand, and the young man next to him said to Jiang Chen, it's a bargain for you, take it. After the guard finished speaking, Jiang Chen felt as if he had been pardoned. He never expected that things could end so perfectly. Everything seemed like a dream until Jiang Chen took Sunmi out of the scenic area and rushed to the parking lot and then drove away from the dream grassland. When the car arrived at the border of China, Sunmi lay on the driving seat and burst into tears. Jiang Chen stopped the car. He had confirmed that it was safe, so he patted Sunmi on the shoulder and said, don't cry, everything is over. Don't worry about it. You are worse than them. What's wrong with me? When you were in trouble, I ran to save you regardless of my life. In order to save you, I gave away all the valuables I had. Can you find someone as good as me? If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 493, Who Secretly Sold the Grass Seeds. Did I say that? Do I look so disgusting? Do you know how miserable I am? Why don't you help me, even for a moment? You just tie me to the bed. You are not a man at all. After Sunmi finished speaking, Jiang Chen was stunned. He never expected Sunmi to say that. I'm doing this for your own good. Besides, Jiang Chen, am not the kind of person who takes advantage of others. You are not a man. You are sick. You are the one who is sick. If you are not sick, prove it to me. Sunmi tore open her shirt as she spoke, looking at the white area in front of her. Even though Jiang Chen had self-control, he had been stuck in such an environment for a whole day. What are you looking at outside the window? Prove it to me. You are still young. Your future. Haha, you just look down on me. Jiang Chen, I tell you, there are so many people chasing me. Don't regret it today. After Sunmi finished speaking, she opened the car door and walked out. Jiang Chen looked out the car window and saw that Sunmi was heading in the direction of the grassland. She was a stubborn girl. She could do anything. What's more, a disheveled girl walking next to a group of people full of *bugs. It's no wonder nothing happened. Bang. Jiang Chen pushed open the car door, rushed to a Land Rover that was about to stop, picked up Sunmi, and walked towards the Jeep without saying a word. Psycho. Damn. The Land Rover slammed shut, and the Land Rover drove into the desert again. The end of the desert was a paradise that made them unable to walk. After closing the car door, Sunmi had buried her head in Jiang Chen's arms. You are the first one to see my body. You have to be responsible for me. I know you already have to. I don't care. Since you risked your life to come to the desert to save me, I knew that I can only belong to you in this life. Jiang Chen was speechless. Every outstanding man always has many women around him, but wait for me. When I want you, I will marry you openly. There will be such a day. Jiang Chen buttoned Sunmi's clothes. After he finished speaking, he said it sincerely, and Sunmi listened very seriously. There were still many cars on the way back. Jiang Chen already knew that these cars were not coming for any scenic spot. They knew that they were being tricked, but they were willing to come. What can you do to them? So they don't deserve sympathy at all. Remember, you must marry me. Sun Mi looked at Jiang Chen with her watery eyes. Jiang Chen was silent for a long time. He had promised Sun Mi, but he didn't know whether he could do it. I will wait for you here. I hope so. Jiang Chen didn't dare to promise anyone. After all, he was different from them. He had a heavy burden on his shoulders. He was not only carrying the burden of nearly 100,000 people in the entire Sahara group, but also the future of the entire nation and the entire human race. When the car arrived at the special zone, Jiang Chen did not send Sun Mi off. He drove straight to the headquarters of the Sahara group. It was already daytime. It was 8 o'clock in the evening, and it was already dark in the desert. Hearing that Jiang Chen was back, Guan Ku was very excited. After rushing to the office, Guan Ku had already greeted him from afar. How is Jiang? Have you found out what happened? Are those grasses from our grassland? We have found out. They are from our grassland. Jiang Chen looked a little tired. This tiredness came from his heart. Jiang, what's wrong with you? Do you need to rest? By the way, didn't Sun Mi go with you? Why didn't she come with you? Guan Chu was worried that something happened to Sun Mi, so Jiang Chen looked so exhausted. Sun Mi is fine. She is bored staying in the ancient capital research institute, so she is now walking around in the special zone. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Chu was relieved. Which girl nowadays can stay in a tedious and boring place like the research institute? Sun Mi likes to play in the special zone. As long as she doesn't make trouble, Guan Chu is happy. Okay, I think we should tell Director Sun to arrange for Sun Mi to work in the Yimo Special District. Anyway, we have so many companies in the Yimo Special District, she can choose any place she wants to work. We don't expect her to make much contribution. As long as she doesn't cause trouble, everything is fine. President Guan, I have to tell you something. The matter of Dream Grassland is far from as simple as we imagined. This place not only stole our lawn, but what's more annoying is that they also did a lot of illegal activities. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Ku nodded and asked Jiang Chen to sit on the sofa and listen carefully. What did they do? Now I only know that they opened a casino in it, and I don't know much about other things. Yes, they opened a casino, but everyone who went to their casino was not just for gambling. And even if you win money in it, you can't take the money away. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Ku was a little confused. If they couldn't take the money away, then why did they go there to play? If this reputation is ruined, wouldn't his dream grassland be ruined? You can't take the money with you? Are you still spending it there? Yes, you are right. If you win money there, you have to spend it all. If you want to spend money, the easiest way is to go to their entertainment venues. After Jiang Chen told Guan Ku about Happy Valley, Guan Ku was furious when he heard that these people actually built a pool of wine and a forest of meat in Happy Valley. Especially when Guan Ku heard that these unscrupulous people actually cheated female tourists and then brought them to Happy Valley to sell them. He punched the table after hearing it. We must eradicate them. If this continues, the reputation of our area will be ruined by them. If our scenic spot has no tourists, all our groups will be dragged down. Because of the remoteness of the border area, few tourists are willing to come. They are willing to come because Jiang Chen's scenic spot is so good. But if they know that this place is very dangerous, then no matter how beautiful your scenic spot is, no one will dare to come. I think we have a lot of problems now. It's certain that we will destroy the dream grassland, but there is one more thing we must investigate. Brother Jiang, I know you must be talking about the grassland seeds. The only grass that can grow grassland in the desert is our Bermuda grass, and you just mentioned the grass of the dream grassland, which is our grass. So now there is only one problem. Our grass seeds have been stolen and sold. Chapter 494, Finding the Ghost. When autumn came last year, the grass seeds of the Sahara grassland in the Bermuda oasis were harvested. These harvested grass seeds were piled up in their warehouses. For this reason, they also set up the Sahara Seed Group, which is responsible for managing all the seeds harvested by the Sahara Scenic Area Construction Management Group. And one thing that can be made clear is that their grass seeds and various seeds have never been sold to the outside world. Since they are not sold to the outside world, why are their grass seeds outside? This can only mean one thing, that is, there is an insider among them. Insiders are a very scary thing. Since Jiang Chen established the Sahara group, he has placed people around him that he trusts very much. It is precisely because of their mutual trust that the Sahara group has grown rapidly. But today, with the leakage of grass seeds, Jiang Chen realized one thing. Perhaps the people around him are really not worthy of his trust. Someone must have leaked the seeds. I would have investigated this seriously, even if you hadn't told me, Jiang. As long as I find out who it is, no matter how good his relationship with me is, no matter how much he has contributed to the Sahara group, I will not let him off easily. Guan Ku was also very angry. This was really a rat shit that spoiled the whole pot of soup. He also understood that from now on, the originally united big family seemed to have some problems in the face of interests. Okay, then let's make two preparations now. I will go to prepare for dealing with the dream grassland. You stop all your work and check who leaked our grass seeds. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Ku nodded. Indeed, now is the leap period of rapid development of the Sahara group. He is very busy, but this kind of busyness must also be based on the fact that Jiang Chen group takes every step very steadily. Okay, I will hand over the work to Chen Jianzhao now. Chen Jianzhao is experienced and steady, not anxious when encountering things, and can handle various problems in an orderly manner. I have long wanted to recommend him to Jiang Chen. Today, when I go to investigate the stolen seeds, let him take on the responsibility of the general manager of Sahara Group. When our city is built in the future, someone can take on the burden of Sahara Group. Jiang Chen told Guan Ku all his ideas without reservation, including his dream of building a city in Sahara scenic area. And Jiang Chen also knew that Guan Ku was the person he trusted most at any time, and he was like his relative. So one day when Jiang Chen really built the city, the manager of this city would undoubtedly be Guan Ku, who was only in his 30s. Okay, Chen Jianzhao is indeed a steady and experienced leader. The fact that the Scenic Area Construction Management Group has firmly occupied the position of the boss of Sahara Group under his leadership is enough to explain everything. After the two people discussed, they began to act separately. Jiang Chen was responsible for dealing with the Dream Grassland, which was also a very headache. Because Dream Grassland is in a non-management area, Leo Ma and his men had no way to arrest them. And Jiang Chen had no way to fight this gang head-on. Because Jiang Chen's company and Jiang Chen's scenic spot have so many tourists, if this group of people want to retaliate against him, they can just set up a human bomb in the scenic spot, which will be enough for Jiang Chen to eat apart. No, it seems that we still have to use the method of disintegration of public opinion to deal with them. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen called Wang Panzi, and he planned to take his good brothers to visit the families of the victims, then take the opportunity to shoot a documentary to promote it. When Wang Panzi rushed over from the grassland scenic spot, he heard that Jiang Chen just took him to shoot a documentary, and Wang Panzi instantly became angry. Brother Chen, if you have nothing to do, you can go to the United States to accompany Yi Ran. Can you not call me? Do you know how busy I'm now? Busy your sister. Don't you just open a winery to sell food? You are not allowed to sell it yourself. What is there to be busy about? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he wanted to set up a filming team. When it comes to the filming team, Jiang Chen immediately thought of Xia Heidang. Xia Heidang now produces his own videos, so he must have the filming equipment. It's time to call Xia Heidang. I'll let him set up his own team and camera, and let him do the post-production himself, and then upload it to his own video. By the way, isn't he going to set up a TV station? It's just right to do an interview program on TV, which will be more effective. Of course, the most important thing is that, after handing all these things over to Xia Heidang, he doesn't have to pay for it alone. And the cost of this interview must be not low. Because Jiang Chen is also going to express condolences to the families of the victims. Brother Chen, are you listening to me? I'm very busy now. My locust farm has expanded 10 times. Now I'm doing scientific breeding. Did you know that? Hey, Leoza, I have a project to cooperate with you. Let's have dinner together later in the evening. Let's go to the special zone. Brother Chen, if you're okay, I'll really leave. I had a fight with Chen Jianzhao yesterday. This bastard didn't let me run a scenic spot in the grassland scenic area. I was going to run a locust farm, and he was going to demolish my farm. Do you think this is reasonable? I'm not running it in the grassland. My locust farm has already left the grassland. Okay. Fatty Wang was very indignant when he spoke. Today, the entire Sahara group looks harmonious on the surface. Everyone helps and supports each other, making the Sahara group a super group ranked very high in the country in January. But its internal struggle is also very fierce. Although all these group companies belong to the Hassa group, their internal benefits are all different. The salary of their employees is determined by the income of the Benben group, and the same is true for the year-end bonus. Of course, the same is true for their CEOs. Now most of these CEOs of the Sahara group are no longer short of money. What they want is often face and status. Fatty Wang, are we still good brothers? Now my good brother is in trouble. Do you only care about money? In trouble? What's the problem? Isn't it just making a documentary? Can't you just hand it over to Zahedong? He is a professional. Do you know the content of my documentary? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Fatty Wang laughed. I can guess it with my butt. You must want to make a documentary to promote the ancient capital scenic area, right? And the president of the ancient capital scenic area, have you already been internally selected by Leo Luo, the deputy general manager of the Bermuda scenic area? I know all these things, and I don't want to get involved. My milk factory will be built soon. By then, at the annual meeting, I won't be the last one. Chapter 495. What a harmonious society. That damn manager is really good at torturing people. Every year at the annual meeting, this bastard always pulls the CEOs with the lowest revenue to give speeches, and then let a group of people laugh at them. Of course, the reason why Fatty Wang works so hard is because he was in charge of the grassland scenic area last year, so he is very rich, so he laughs the most at the bottom three. However, the grassland scenic area has been handed back this year. If he doesn't make up for the business volume now, and he doesn't open the locust farm, then he will be the one who will be embarrassed on stage at the end of the year. At that time, those who were laughed at by him will definitely pay back double. Fatty Wang, why are you so vulgar? Look at you, your face is full of money. Let me tell you, brother, we are really in trouble this time. A dream grassland has opened next to us, did you know? That place is about to ruin our reputation. Okay, no more words. Come with me to record the show, and after the show is over, I will advertise for you for 10 days. I will also let let all the publicity departments of our group advertise for you. Okay, brother Chen, you said it yourself, I didn't force you. After the show is recorded, you have to let all the families in our group eat my milk powder, order my milk, and buy my beef. Oh, by the way, the most important thing is to buy them all at the original price. I don't have any discounted goods here. Fatty Wang thought about it carefully. If Jiang Chen was willing to help him, let alone other things, he would never be able to make it to the middle level of Sahara Enterprise by relying solely on the dairy factory, milk powder factory, slaughterhouse, food store and wine. 10% off. Okay. No one would buy your milk powder without a discount. When I go out, I'll have your milk powder in my car and drink it whenever I have nothing to do. Is that okay? You said it. You'll be my spokesperson. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Fatty Wang became happy. You know, Jiang Chen is a golden signboard. Okay. Fatty Wang these days also has a competitive spirit. Although he is not educated, he doesn't want to be looked down upon by those who are more educated than him. Then when are we going? By the way, I've heard of that dream grassland. I heard from my employees that many people in our group have been to dream grassland. I heard that place is a man's paradise. Last time, someone asked me to go with them. Fatty Wang is not like other senior leaders. He is very easygoing. He can get along with everyone in his company. Sometimes when he is bored, he can even chat with the old man who guards the locust farm for a whole day. So he knows a lot of gossip about the group. You know about the dream grassland? How can I not know? Let me tell you something. Don't tell anyone else. I have a subordinate whose brother is the vice president of the seed group. He is very rich. I heard that he has a relationship with the dream grassland. His elder brother often gets drunk and says that he has leverage over his younger brother. So he secretly complained to me, the vice president of the seed group. What's his name? After Fatty Wang finished speaking, Jiang Chen seemed to suddenly understand who leaked the grass. With the news, Jiang Chen didn't want to waste too much time, so he quickly reported the gossip that Fatty Wang told him to Guan Cubic. Jiang Chen didn't say it clearly. After all, these were all hearsay. Without solid evidence, he could convict others at will. After Jiang Chen told Guan Ku about the incident of the vice president of the seed group, Guan Ku also had a headache for a while. The position of the vice president of the seed group is very high. He is already one of the senior executives of the Sahara group. If there is any problem with the person in this position, then it will have a great impact on the entire Sahara group. At 11 o'clock in the evening, Xia Heidong arrived at Junlin Hotel in Yamo Special District as scheduled. This hotel is also one of the hotels opened by Jiang Chen. There were not many people at the banquet, only Wang Pangzi, Xia Heidong and Jiang Chen. At the banquet, Jiang Chen made a long story short. He told Xia Heidong the purpose of calling him, and Xia Heidong immediately expressed his position. Brother Jiang, I support you. We will never allow that dream scenic spot to continue to develop like this. I will call you to find a filming team right away. Brother Jiang, just go for the interview. When the time comes, you can just leave the publicity to me. After the banquet, the next morning, Xia Heidong really found a professional filming team and director and others, and asked them to rush to Jiang Chen's residence. So Jiang Chen took them to visit the families of the victims in Mojiang. You don't know until you visit. Once you visit, Jiang Chen actually found that there are nearly 100 families of victims gathered in Mojiang. In addition, there are nearly 400 families of victims waiting in Mojiang from Yi City. Most of these people are because their daughters came to the dream grassland to play and finally lost contact on the grassland. Jiang Chen knew that their daughter would most likely be sold to Happy Valley. However, Jiang Chen did not dare to tell them the news, so he could only quietly film them into a documentary. The documentary took 3 days to shoot, plus 2 days of editing. Soon, the documentary was launched on the Sahara video website in less than a week. With the launch of the documentary, the video soon received millions of hits. In order to prevent more people from being deceived, Jiang Chen also specially asked Xia Heidong to do the first interview program on the newly established TV station. This interview program invited the families of the victims to come face to face to elaborate in detail on their sad lives after losing their loved ones, and also stated the damnation of the group of scammers in Dream Grassland. Publicity on the internet and TV is one aspect. In order to prevent more people from going to the Dream Grassland scenic area, Jiang Chen also specially contacted Leomar. Leomar was also very shocked after seeing the documentary, and they also took it very seriously, so Leomar blocked the only road leading to Teng County. Jiang Chen thought that, after blocking the road, some people would no longer go to the Dream Grassland scenic area, but he greatly underestimated people's desires and greed. After the road to Teng County was blocked, those people opened up a new road to the Dream Grassland. They still didn't listen to the dissuasion, and were willing to run, to be deceived one by one. A week later, President Guan called Jiang Chen, and said that the culprit of the grass seed leak had been found. Sure enough, it was the same as what Fatty Wang said. It was secretly resolved by Lu Zimin, the deputy general manager of the Sahara group. Because this matter involves a lot of things, and if it is not handled properly, the reputation of the entire Sahara group will be damaged, so Guan can only invite Jiang Chen to come and deal with it together. In the conference room of the Sahara group headquarters, Guan invited all the senior executives of the Sahara group above the deputy general manager. After everyone arrived, the huge conference room was full of people. This was the first time Jiang Chen attended a meeting with so many people, and he was a little dazed. He never thought that after only 2 years of development, their Jiang Chen group had grown to this scale. Chapter 496. What should I do? Okay, everyone is here. We have called everyone here for a meeting today. Everyone knows what happened, right? Chen Jianzhao was in charge of presiding over the meeting. After Chen Jianzhao finished speaking, a group of executives nodded. This is all my fault. I didn't discipline him strictly, which led to the emergence of scum like Luzimin in my group. I have nothing to say today. Although I didn't participate in this matter, this incident happened in our seed group and it also discredited our seed group, so I will resign now. After Liang Junwei, chairman of the seed group, finished speaking, Guanku looked at him and said, now the meeting is not about who to deal with. Of course, we will definitely deal with people. Now the more important thing we have to do is how to stabilize our group. Guanku was right. This week, they investigated who was involved in the seed trafficking, and also investigated who went to Dream Grassland and violated discipline. This made many employees, executives and ordinary leaders of the Sahara group feel scared. It has to be said that with the growth of personnel and the rapid development of the company has recruited many people. Although these people are of high quality and strong business ability, they are human after all, so they will inevitably do something that violates Jiang Chen's rules under the temptation of money or beauty. Moreover, Sahara Group has been established for 2 years and is not perfect. Jiang Chen manages the company completely, based on personal relationships and everyone's self-consciousness. There is no supervision department in his company, so various things such as corruption, bribery, or relying on relationships to get projects have emerged one after another. So when Guanku went through this investigation, he was also very shocked. He wanted to give Jiang Chen a list of all the criminals in his hand, but he was afraid that if he handed over this list, Jiang Chen Group would lose a lot of talents and Sahara Group might enter a period of retreat. Liang Junwei, you must take leadership responsibility for this matter. However, I, Jiang Chen, have a straight talk. You didn't do this, so the crime is not yours. But you are the top leader of Seed Group after all. I hope you can learn a lesson today. Okay, your year-end bonus this year will be deducted. You can sit over there. Jiang Chen was also worried about the things that Guanku was worried about. He recruited top talents from China and even the world. They were willing to stay in the border area to help him because they were attracted by Jiang Chen's treatment, benefits and future. If Jiang Chen dealt with all the nearly 300 people who had made mistakes from top to bottom, there would be a shortage of talents in the companies of Sahara Group. He had thought about this, and it would be difficult to recruit these talents in China in a short time. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Yang Junwei walked to his seat with a red face and lowered his head and sat down. To be honest, he had already thought about being fired. After all, as the first person in charge of the seed group, he didn't even know that his subordinates had sold the seeds. And these seeds were the most valuable things in Jiang Chen Group. But he was an executive from a domestic multinational company after all. If he just left like this, who would dare to hire him in China? So when Jiang Chen gave him a way out, Liang Junwei could only return to his seat with a red face. I don't want to hide anything from you. Since the establishment of our Sahara Group, we have grown from an unknown small border company to a large company that can be ranked in the whole of China. This is also the result of everyone's hard work. But this time, after I organized people to conduct an investigation, I did find a lot of problems, such as corruption, bribery, gambling in casinos, and doing things like going to Happy Valley. Are these things done by a senior intellectual? Guanku became more and more angry as he spoke. He threw a list on the table with a snap. Looking at the list, almost half of the leaders lowered their heads. That's right, although these people have no major problems, they are still unavoidable to make small mistakes. Brother Jiang, I don't protect anyone. I also have an unshakable responsibility for today's incident. I only saw the company's forward development speed, but forgot to care about the lives of employees. Therefore, I will punish myself with 2 years of bonuses, and I will donate half of my shares in Sahara Group to the Desert Construction Foundation. After Guanku showed his attitude, everyone was shocked. You should know that Guanku's year-end bonus is very high. His year-end bonus for 2 years added up to at least hundreds of millions. And his shares, as the founder of Sahara Group, the half of the shares that Guanku donated, must be worth at least hundreds of billions. I'm sorry. I've also been to that dream grassland, but I haven't done anything to let down our Sahara Group. I know that going to such a place is wrong in itself, so I donate this year's bonus to make a contribution to desert control. After Guanku finished speaking, a senior executive not far from him also stood up. Soon a group of senior executives who had made mistakes followed suit, and Guanku began to donate money. It is true that they have made mistakes, but these are not unforgivable mistakes. And more importantly, they are reluctant to work in Sahara Group. Whether it is salary, bonus, medical care or environment, working in Sahara Group has completely crushed those well-known international companies in all aspects. Okay, I will let this matter go. I hope that everyone will think twice before doing anything if they encounter this kind of thing again in the future. I don't ask everyone to reflect on themselves 3 times a day, but I also want everyone to think more about what I want to do after getting up every day. Is this thing I do useful to the scenic spot, to myself, to the nation, and to the country? They are all willing to pay. What else can Jiang Chen do? So, pay the money to atone for the sin. After all, Jiang Chen can't leave them for a while, and they are willing to cherish the work in front of them, which is enough. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of people nodded. Jiang Chen reached out and took the list of names from the table, then tore it into pieces and threw it into the trash can. President Guan, please destroy the backup in the computer. Let's let bygones be bygones this time, and I'll give you all a chance. I believe that after this incident, you won't let me down. If you let us down again, I believe you won't beg for forgiveness next time. Okay, I'll listen to Brother Jiang in everything. I'll give you one more chance this time, but there shouldn't be a next time. After resolving the mistakes made by the executives, Supervisor Guan announced the establishment of the Sahara Disciplinary Supervision Committee at the meeting. Chapter 497. Some things cannot be touched. Jiang Chen believes that everyone is not bad in nature, but people still need some restraint to really know what they should fear. So Jiang Chen is going to implement the new policy of the Sahara Group. The core of the new policy is a rule of law. Especially as the Sahara Group continues to grow, it is even more necessary to have a professional discipline inspection team to supervise the discipline compliance of Sahara employees. The Sahara Discipline Supervision Committee came into being. The new Sahara Discipline Supervision Committee will be chaired by Jiang Chen himself, and Guanku will be the executive director. This team does not belong to any company or Sahara Group. It exists alone in the scenic area. After this matter was announced, all employees became nervous. After all, the Discipline Inspection Committee is like a sword hanging over their heads. As long as they try to do bad things, the sword will mercilessly kill him and kick him out of the Sahara Group. Every announcement at the meeting is almost ruthless, but every Sahara person knows that this is a reform. This reform will not only not slow down the Sahara Group's pace of progress, but will make the ship more stable and faster. After Guanku introduced the Disciplinary Supervision Committee to everyone, the next important task was to try Lu Zimin and other scums of the Sahara Group. As for the trial of Lu Zimin, Jiang Chen didn't want anyone to say that he was unfair, so he tried him in front of everyone. After Lu Zimin and others were brought into the meeting, everyone's spirits became tense. Although Jiang Chen had made it clear that they would no longer be held accountable, Lu Zimin, as a senior executive, had a good relationship with each of them. Lu Zimin, you yourself, so how did you wrestle Bermuda grass seeds? After Lu Zimin came in, Guanku looked at him and started talking. After Guanku finished speaking, Lu Zimin, who was dressed in a suit, had lost his former fighting spirit. His hair was messy, and he didn't even know that his suit collar was crooked. A man in his 40s suddenly felt that his hair had turned white overnight. I'm sorry to everyone. I'm sorry to Brother Jiang, and I'm sorry to everyone in our group. Why did you sell grass seeds to Dream Grassland when this is not the time to talk about this? After Jiang Chen scolded loudly, Lu Zimin lowered his head even more. Anyone who could become the vice president of Sahara Group was the person Jiang Chen trusted the most, and being betrayed by such a trusted person was something that was really hard to tolerate. Brother Jiang, I was plotted. Half a year ago, when I went back to my hometown to attend my mother's funeral, I met a man at my mother's funeral. That man was a friend of my eldest brother. He heard that I worked at the Sahara Group and specially invited me to dinner. Then what? That man is very talkative and very rich. After dinner, we were all drunk, and several people suggested finding something fun to do. I refused at the time. However, I couldn't stand their persuasion, and I also thought that nothing should happen, so I took his car and followed them to an entertainment venue. Later, I fell asleep because I drank too much. When I woke up, I appeared in a casino. They asked me to try 2 rounds, so I played 2 rounds with them and ended up losing more than 2 million. After losing more than 2 million, I didn't want to play anymore and I wanted to leave, but they didn't let me go at all. In addition, those people in my hometown said they were not having fun, so I could only continue to play there for a while. Anyway, it's a matter of several million, which is just my year-end bonus. I finally went back to play, so I'll just play. After all, we are a group of friends who have grown up together. After Luzimin finished speaking, a group of people sighed. Gambling is really something that should not be touched. Even if you have good self-control, you will still be blinded when others persuade you. How much money did you lose in total? I don't remember. I drank a lot at that time, and I think they also drugged me. This matter is also related to my brother, so I gambled with them in a daze. The more I gambled, the more excited I became. The more I gambled, the more I lost. In the end, I think I lost 200 or 300 million. After Luzimin finished speaking, Jiang Chen suddenly remembered that he had a younger brother who worked under Wang Pang. So Jiang Chen looked at Luzimin and said, "Did your brother participate in your gambling?" He didn't. He is just a small figure in Wang Jiang food group. No one invited him. Besides, his age is quite different from ours, so we can't play together. After Luzimin finished speaking, he thought of his younger brother. When he was first arrested, he hated his younger brother very much and even wanted to kill him. But at this moment, he suddenly felt that he had to thanking him for finally allowing him to no longer live in fear every day and finally no longer let his conscience suffer a little bit. 200 or 300 million is not a big amount for you, right? You can still pay back 200 or 300 million if you work hard for a few years. Can this little money make you forget your roots and sell out the Sahara group? For a vice president like Luzimin, 200 or 300 million is indeed just 3 or 4 years of bonuses, salary and various benefits. 200 or 300 million is just the principle. Because I drank a lot at that time, I don't know when I lost my mobile phone in my pocket, so I could only borrow high interest loans from them in the casino. When I was about to leave, I found that the interest was more than 10 million a day. Luzimin still couldn't help but feel scared when he said it. His life was really ruined the moment he entered the casino. If there hadn't been that gambling, how carefree would he be now with children, a daughter and a career? I really regret it. I really regret it. I'm sorry for my family, my 2 children, and my father. He worked hard all his life. They sold their old house so that I could study abroad. As Luzimin spoke, he hugged his head and burst into tears. But it was no use to regret it now. What happened in the end? If you need the money you owe, tell everyone here, we will help you. Isn't it just a few 100 million? Tell me, or tell brother Jiang, do you think we won't help you? Chen Jianzhao looked at Luzimin and scolded him. It must be said that he still admired Luzimin. This person is very down to earth, honest, and knowledgeable. Moreover, he returned from studying abroad and worked as a senior executive in a large international company. Everything is so perfect. I dare not. I know that brother Jiang hates prostitution, gambling and drugs. I'm really afraid that I will lose my job if I tell them. If I tell them, everyone will dislike me and alienate me. So the people in the casino told me that if I can give them a batch of seeds, they will forgive my debt. Luzimin said this, thinking back to the scene at that time. He still cannot forgive his elder brother. All this was discussed by them. They set a trap for themselves. They treated themselves to dinner and made them drunk just to let themselves get seeds from Sahara group to them. How many seeds did you give them? I have been to Dream Grassland and I found that the grassland there is very large. This is more than 100 million or 200 million seeds. Chapter 498. You are like the light in the dark night. Speaking of the number of seeds, Luzimin still shook his head with some regret. I gave them a pound of seeds, but who knew they would use this as a handle to threaten me? They kept asking me for seeds, and if I didn't give them, they would expose this matter. I was afraid that they would expose my affairs, and then my life would be over. I had no choice but to be led by them by the nose, and I could only keep giving them seeds. In the end, Luzimin didn't know how many seeds he had given them. There was silence in the conference room. Jiang Chen chose to interrogate Lu Zimin in front of all the executives to let everyone know that gambling was not allowed. At the same time, Jiang Chen also wanted to tell them that they should not do anything illegal, because once you are caught by someone else, it will be a bottomless pit. He will use this tale to keep threatening you and make you make bigger and bigger mistakes until it is irreparable. Are you still in contact? Do you know what the backgrounds of those people are? Interrogating Lu Zimin was not just to make him admit his crime, nor was it just to make an example of him. Jiang Chen also wanted to get information from Lu Zimin about those people who wanted to buy seeds. The group of people who said they wanted to buy seeds must be related to the builders of the Dream Grassland. Jiang Chen wanted to know their relationship. I don't know who they are. I have also asked around. They are very defensive. They just let a man named Uncle Qi contact me. Every time I just brought the grass seeds to the Mojiang special zone and handed them over to the man named Uncle Qi. I don't know anything else, and they didn't tell me. Lu Zimin explained very thoroughly. Anyway, he had no tomorrow. Since he had no tomorrow, he would never let those who made him have no tomorrow have an easy life. Today is another good day. While several people were talking, Lu Zimin's phone rang. Guan Ku took Lu Zimin's phone, looked at it, and quickly made a quiet gesture to everyone. Lu Zimin, do you want to make meritorious contributions while taking the blame? The caller ID on Lu Zimin's phone showed the man called Uncle 7. I'm willing to make meritorious contributions while taking the blame. I'm willing to help you do everything. I beg you not to let my children leave the Sahara scenic area. They are all innocent. Also, can you let me end my life on my own? Don't let them know about my affairs. Lu Zimin himself was not a bad person. Seeing that he was willing to make meritorious contributions, Jiang Chen looked at Lu Zimin and said, sure, as long as you can help us catch Uncle 7 and help us destroy the Dream Grassland, we will let you make up for your mistakes. Although we can't let you work in the seed group anymore, I can transfer you to other hardship units. Jiang Chen really felt that such a person should be given a chance, especially a person with a good nature. If he was given a chance at this moment, he would definitely die for you. I'm willing. Thank you, Brother Jiang. Brother Jiang, give me another chance to live again. Even if I die this time, I will not betray the Sahara group again. Lu Zimin lost everything, but Jiang Chen was willing to let him leave the seed group with dignity, and then live with dignity. Even if he sacrificed himself in the desert for Jiang Chen, he would have no complaints. Answer the phone. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Lu Zimin hurriedly picked up the phone and answered it. Hey, why are you calling me again? I've told you that I can't give you seeds anymore. Don't hurt me again, okay? Lu Zimin picked up the phone and roared, but Uncle Qi on the other end of the phone laughed. When did I hurt you? We are just cooperating. When you owed the casino money, who paid for you? It was third brother. Third brother asked you to do something small now. Don't you want to help? I have already helped him. Don't call me again in the future, okay? After Lu Zimin finished speaking, he looked at Jiang Chen. He wanted to ask Jiang Chen if it was okay for him to say that. Jiang Chen nodded. That's right. If Lu Zimin didn't say that, Uncle 7 on the other side would definitely be suspicious of him. Third brother has advanced 300 million for you. Do you know how much money 300 million is? Okay, I won't say any more to you. Bring me 2 kilograms of seeds tonight, otherwise I will send the video of you wrestling seeds to Sahara group. You can handle it yourself. Uncle 7 was about to hang up the phone. When he said that, Lu Zimin held the phone and shouted, where can I get so many seeds? Don't force me. If you force me too much, I will shake you all out. I know where your casino is, and none of you can escape. It doesn't matter. We are just small fry. If you shake us out, we will be out soon. By then, you can think about your wife, son and daughter carefully. Okay, you are so cruel. I don't have 2 kilograms of seeds here. I can only bring you half a kilogram at most. At least 1 kilogram. Let's change the place this time. Come to Junlin Hotel. Uncle 7 hung up the phone. After he finished speaking, this Uncle 7 was particularly despicable. He always chose the address in a hotel affiliated to Jiang Chen Group. His purpose was to threaten Lu Zimin more. After the call was hung up, Lu Zimin looked at Jiang Chen. At this moment, everyone also looked at Jiang Chen. They didn't understand whether Jiang Chen was using Lu Zimin or really wanted to give him a chance. Ask the seed group to send a pound of seeds. After catching their mastermind in China, you will go to the desert construction company as the general manager. President Guan will write him a transfer order now. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Ku took out a pen and wrote the transfer order on the letter paper. After he finished writing the transfer order, Chen Jianzhao took out the seal of the Sahara group from his pocket and stamped it on the date. Then Chen Jianzhao also signed his name under the transfer order. Desert Construction Company. This is the company that Jiang Chen just established. This company is the hardest working company in the entire Jiang Chen group. It is no exaggeration. Desert Construction Company, its current job is to flatten all the sand dunes in the city, planned by Jiang Chen. This is a very time consuming and laborious job with no benefits, and this job is extremely difficult. You have to know that the city planned by Jiang Chen is in a desert with no people. This place is called the Death Desert, and the hills here are higher than one another. If you want to flatten them all, and the area is as large as the entire Shenzhen city, it will take more than 1 or 2 years to flatten all the sand dunes. After Lu Zimin received the transfer order, he pressed the hanging chain tightly against his chest. At this moment, he stood alone in the conference room and cried. He didn't cry because he was going to work in a super harsh environment with a temperature of 40 to 50 degrees during the day and minus 10 degrees at night. He cried because Jiang Chen finally gave him hope again, gave him hope to live, and gave him hope to face his children. Once a person has hope, everything will not be hard. Chapter 499. Forced into a desperate situation. There were still a few hours before the action in the evening. It was the weekend and the children were all at home. Lu Zimin drove to his villa in the wooden town with the transfer order in his pocket and tears in his eyes. When he arrived at the villa, his daughter was practicing commentary in the yard of the villa. His daughter was already 17 years old, and the child looked as gentle and beautiful as her mother. She was going to apply for Sahara Tourism College with several classmates, and Lu Zimin had always supported her. Dad, why did you come back so early today? Looking at his quiet and well-behaved daughter, Lu Zimin's eyes became red again. She walked to her daughter and gently held her in her arms. In the distance, his 12-year-old son also ran towards him. His wife did not work and was full-time taking care of the 2 children. The 2 children were well educated. They did not like sports cars and showed off like other stubborn disciples because they were rich. Dad, why did you come back so early today? I have a performance in Music World next week. Will you come to see it? His son has been studying in the primary school attached to the Conservatory of Music since he was a child. This time, there is a violin concert in Music World, and his son will be performing with the team. Yes, Dad will accompany you to the performance next week. Lu Zimin has never been so gentle before. Even his wife, who was knitting a sweater at the door, was a little dazed. In her impression, Lu Zimin always went out early and came back late. He never helped the children realize any of their dreams. Why do you seem like a different person today? You never play with the children. Looking at his wife in front of the door, his wife is his classmate. Unconsciously, his wife has also aged a lot, but he was so busy with work that he didn't notice it. I neglected you in the past. From now on, I will cherish every day with you. After experiencing a disaster, Lu Zimin, who was reborn, has completely changed. He began to understand the importance of family. He also began to enjoy every minute and every second of his life, which seemed simple and ordinary but hard-won happiness. What's wrong with you today? I heard from my neighbor that the company is investigating the theft of seeds recently. Are you? No, what are you thinking about? Starting tomorrow, I will no longer work at the seed group. After Lu Zimin finished speaking, his wife looked a little panicked. What's wrong? Have you been dismissed? No. Brother Jiang set up the Desert Construction Company, and I'm the general manager, the top leader this time. Brother Jiang trusts me, and I can't mess things up, so I may not go home as often as before in the next few years. If there is nothing to do in the next 2 days, I will stay at home to accompany you more. After Lu Zimin finished speaking, he handed the transfer order in his arms to his gentle wife. His wife looked at the transfer order and felt happy. She put on an apron, looked at Lu Zimin and said, "I know my husband is the best. I'm going to cook a few dishes now. You can call all your friends over later to celebrate." No. I'm going to Mojiang Special Zone in the evening to have dinner with Brother Jiang and several leaders of the group. Okay, Brother Jiang trusts you so much, you must not let Brother Jiang down. After speaking, the wife put on an apron and hummed a song and walked towards the kitchen. Lu Zimin didn't eat at home, so she took the children to celebrate at home by themselves. After all, this was a big event for the family. Yeah, I will definitely not let Brother Jiang down again this time. In the evening, Lu Zimin followed the agreement with Jiang Chen and headed for the Mojiang Special Zone with a pound of grass seeds. At the same time, Jiang Chen also rushed to the hotel with Brother Wolf and Fatty Wang. Okay, you are finally here. It seems that you are still reluctant to give up your position as a senior executive. Hurry up and bring the grass seeds. As long as you do your job well, I promise that you will never be exposed. This is the last time. This is the last time I will give you grass seeds. You know that this kind of grass seeds is extremely valuable. You can't buy it, even if you have money. Once I'm caught, I will be sentenced to death directly. Do you know? Stop talking nonsense. By the way, the third brother has said that you should get some desert golden longevity apricot seeds for the third brother at this time tomorrow. Desert golden longevity apricot seeds are extremely precious. Desert golden longevity apricots will produce hundreds of tons of fruits every year, but only a few seeds can be grown. Therefore, Jiang Chen Group will pick out those round and plump seeds to keep in stock, and then sell the other golden longevity apricot seeds after processing. The processed almonds were cooked, so they couldn't grow anything. It's impossible. Don't dream. I only have this little bit of grass seeds, because there are so many in the warehouse, and I can take a little from each bag. Every seed of Jin Shaoxing is recorded. How dare I take it? It's none of my business how you take it. I'm just relaying it for my third brother. By the way, is your son studying in the middle school affiliated to the Conservatory of Music? My third brother said he would visit him in person with gifts, so don't thank him too much. Jiang Chen and his team didn't go in and catch Uncle Seven directly because Jiang Chen knew that Uncle Seven was at best a lackey of the boss behind the scenes. So they deliberately installed eavesdropping devices and trackers on the seed packaging boxes. They wanted to catch the mastermind behind the scenes by following these seeds. Damn it, don't go too far. I told you it's only 300 million, right? I'll get enough money and pay you back. Does third brother need that 300 million? Don't underestimate third brother. Just listen to me and take whatever seeds I tell you to take. That way, you can stay in your position longer. Now, Lu Zimin has completely become their puppet and tool. They hold Lu Zimin's handle, and Lu Zimin has to help them everywhere for the sake of his children and his job. You can get the seeds of Jin Shaoxing, but I have to meet my third brother. I have to negotiate the conditions with him in person. Otherwise, even if my family is destroyed today, I will never give you anything. Lu Zimin gritted his teeth and said, "You want to see my third brother? Who is he? Can you see him whenever you want? Okay, I'll go to CEO Guan and turn myself in now. I'm the only one who committed a capital crime, and I'll take the responsibility alone. I'll hand my wife and children over to the Sahara group, and they will definitely not stand by and watch me die. You just wait for me." Lu Zimin turned around and left. When he opened the door, he didn't forget to shout into the room, "And you, I won't let you go, even if I become a ghost." When Lu Zimin was about to slam the door and leave, his seventh uncle saw that Lu Zimin didn't seem to be joking. He might have been forced into a desperate situation, so he didn't want to die with him. Wait a minute, I'll call my third brother. Chapter 500, Who is the Oriole? Lu Zimin stopped walking, and Uncle Qi started to make a phone call in the room. Jiang Chen heard everything they said on the phone. Even from the hidden camera Lu Zimin was carrying, Jiang Chen had seen Uncle Qi's face clearly. Not only that, Lu Zimin also sent a screenshot of Uncle Qi's video to Leomar. At this moment in the Yima Special District, this is already considered a particularly serious case. So Ma Yaoi personally sat in the border bureau to follow the progress of this incident. After the photos were sent over, the people at the border bureau analyzed the photos and then compared them in the household registration system. While the people at the Border Bureau were investigating Uncle Key's personal information, Uncle Key also finished his phone call. Okay, third brother is willing to meet you. You are lucky today. Third brother is in Dream Grassland. A special car will come to pick you up later. Let me go to Dream Grassland. Aren't you harming me? There is no way I can go to Dream Grassland. Do you know how tense the situation is now? If I go to Dream Grassland now, I will definitely be caught by them, you know. After Luzimin finished speaking, seventh uncle looked at Luzimin and said, you have no room for bargaining. Shut the fuck up. Just tell him tonight at 9 o'clock, in the special zone. If he wants seeds, come and talk to me. If he doesn't want them, let's just forget it. Don't even think about threatening me anymore in the future. I will destroy you now. After Luzimin finished speaking, he turned around and slammed the door and left without saying a word. Seventh uncle looked at the timid Luzimin, who seemed to have suddenly changed into a different person, and he was also dumbfounded for a moment. Damn, did you take the wrong medicine? Damn, I still have your handle in my hand. How dare you talk to me like this? After the seventh master finished cursing, he turned around and called a younger brother. In the night, the younger brother drove towards the affiliated high school of the Conservatory of Music. Half an hour later, the younger brother suddenly called him in a hurry. At this moment, the seventh uncle was sitting in the hotel with his feet up and enjoying the massage of several beauties. Soon his phone rang. Uncle Key, the boy's son is no longer in the attached middle school. I asked someone to check and found that the boy's son has returned to the wooden house town in the Sahara scenic area. Fuck, is he really ready to fight to the death with us? After Key finished speaking, the younger brother on the other end of the phone said to the phone, Uncle Key, do you want our brothers in the wooden house town to take action? What nonsense. There are surveillance cameras in every corner of the wooden house town, and every intersection leading to the wooden house town is protected by the army. As soon as you start, the missiles over there are aimed at your head. Uncle Key was right. As the area where all the families of Sahara executives are located, the military forces of the wooden house town are deployed very well. Moreover, every street and every corner of the wooden house town are all installed with a sky system. If you want to commit a crime here, haha, it's really just looking for death. What should we do now? Should we just let him go? Don't worry about this. I'll call my third brother right away. After Key hung up the phone, he called his boss behind him. After the call was connected, the seventh master finished talking about Luzimin's tough attitude, and the third master was also a little surprised. However, he felt that Luzimin might have been tortured by them to the brink of mental breakdown, so after thinking about it, the third brother gave a few instructions to the seventh uncle, and the seventh uncle showed a sinister smile. After leaving the Special Zone Hotel, Luzimin went directly to the parking lot, where he met Jiang Chen and Guan Cubic. Brother Jiang, I did everything as you said, but I don't know if the third brother can show up now. Everything is up to fate. By the way, don't go back yet, just wait here. Whether it succeeds or not, he will definitely call you. Luzimin waited in the parking lot for nearly an hour, and Jiang Chen and Guan Ku accompanied him throughout the whole process. An hour later, Luzimin's phone rang as expected. Luzimin looked at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen nodded, and Luzimin hurriedly answered the phone. You son of a bitch. Third brother is very angry. The consequences are very serious. Don't tell me these useless things. What do you want to do? Just say it. Tomorrow at 12 noon, go to the Xianfu warehouse in the old city. Take 100 seeds of desert golden apricot, and I will never bother you again. I want third brother to tell me in person, and I can't bring out so many seeds. I can only bring out 50 seeds at most. I want to hand it over to third brother in person, and I want him to tell me in person not to bother me again. Desert grass seeds are already priceless, not to mention desert golden apricot seeds. You can't buy these seeds at all. As long as you get one seed, even one, you can sell it for millions. Okay, third brother will wait for you there at Xianfu warehouse tomorrow. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen discussed with several people. Tomorrow morning, I will lead people to ambush there, and when third brother and his men arrive, we will catch them all in one fell swoop. I don't believe that their scenic spot can continue after catching the culprit. This move is called catching the king first. After Guanku finished speaking, Jiang Chen shook his head and said, "Don't alert the enemy yet. Third brother must be suspicious of him, so let's wait and see." The next morning, Lu Zimin took 50 seeds from the warehouse and drove straight to the Xianfu warehouse in the old town of Mojiang County. Now the entire Mojiang County has moved to the Mojiang new district. The remaining old county has been razed to the ground. This place will be used as a new development zone and continue to be provided to Jiang Chen Sahara Group. The warehouses in the old development zone gradually became deserted. After all, the place was too remote and close to the edge of the desert. Transportation was inconvenient, so many of them were abandoned. Xianfu warehouse is located at the southernmost end of the development zone, less than 10 miles away from the border. This is also the reason why third brother and his men chose this place. Once they find out what tricks Lu Zimin wants to play, they will enter the border from here. When Lu Zimin arrived at Xianfu warehouse, there were already more than a dozen of his men stationed outside the warehouse. These men wore suits and sunglasses and looked like martial artists. "I brought the stuff. Where is the third brother now?" At the door of the warehouse, Lu Zimin saw his seventh uncle, who had a scar on his head and a bald head with a fierce look on his face. "Just give me the seeds. Don't worry about the rest. I won't take out the seeds unless I see the third uncle." After Lu Zimin finished speaking, the seventh uncle waved his hand, and more than a dozen people came up and pressed Lu Zimin to the ground. Several people searched Lu Zimin's body, and Lu Zimin didn't have a single almond on him. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.